If you are working on a camo for some dog thing, launchers, riot shield, knife, do not stop using it until you're done using it. If I'm trying to get a riot shield gold, obviously I'm going to go like 3 and 500. If I keep doing that, it's going to push me down in my SBMM bracket. So then I'm playing against a bunch of you guys, basically. Middle-aged men with mortgages and children who don't have much time to play the game, so you're not very good. Stay on the riot shield until you're done with the riot shield, so that once you get pushed down in that SBMM bracket, you stay there, and it makes getting the riot shield double kills or whatever way easier. Activision devs do not play their own game. It's not your dad doesn't support you.
You should know, you worked at a coffee shop, you stupid bitch.
My name is Casey, and absolutely not fucking Tanner, because my parents don't hate me that much.
Hey, did they have just 8 patches lined up, but they just didn't release them because they were on break? No, you moron kids.
Then we'll of course get into it. Change your fucking name and get scammed. He's feeling under the weather.
I probably won't say another word until Stay Humble, so have a good pod, Raz. I'll be here listening.
Got it. We are live! Welcome, fuck pigs, to the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast, episode number 277. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. I am joined, once again, by my good friend Tanner. Tanner, how's it going? You got a gun fucking absolutely golden this fine morning, didn't you? Didn't you, pig?
I did, yeah. Quickest 10 out of 10 3 kills without dying I've ever had. 8 minutes it took me.
Just drop a quick nuke and then fucking bounce with a gold Lockman? Is that what happened?
No, I just played obviously the best map in the game, Santa Senya Crossing in 6s, and I went 31 and 6 because it's a good map. It's a good map if you lay prone everywhere.
Well,
it's great.
Yeah, you'll be under
Work
a car.
for me.
Yeah, well, like a cat laying under cars, and that wasn't my best work, and
Cats
I'll edit
belong
it out.
indoors, but yeah.
Welcome to the show. Today, we are doing an episode about the camo grind. The camo grind. A lot of people, an unprecedented number of people on the TL anyway, are going for Orion, the mastery camo in Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty 2022 2 and 2. And we are going to throw our 2 cents in on tips on how to do your camo grind most efficiently and effectively. Now, you might be listening thinking, I'm not going for the fucking mastery camo. Talk about something else that's relevant to me, pig. That's what you might be thinking. And let me retort by saying, okay, a big part of what a camo leveling guide entails is weapon leveling guide, which is going to be important for everyone to level weapons quickly and efficiently and effectively, and a guide on how to play the game well. Because if you are working on camos, if we're doing an episode on how to get a gun gold as quickly as possible, then we're going to tell you tips on how to do well with the gun, because if you're getting killed every fucking 2 seconds, you're not going to get gold very quickly. So part of what a camo grind and doing it efficiently entails is playing well, and so that is a big part of this episode, is going to be how to play well, how to get kills without dying, and that is relevant to everyone who plays multiplayer, not just those of you going for the camo. So if you're seething that this isn't a tailored episode for you, it is. Some parts are going to be irrelevant if you're not going for Orion, but most of it will be relevant to everyone who plays multiplayer. So, and of course, if you are going for the camo, this is going to be a deeply relevant episode, and we have a lot of banger fire tips that many of you have not thought of, and even that dumb fuck streamers haven't thought of. Because we've been watching them, we've kept our eyes on them, but we have bigger brains than they do.
Do we?
Of course we do. Here's one example. No one's talked about the leaning animation yet that we talked about at the end of the last episode. As Tanner said in the pre-show, I guarantee you, in a month, or so, everyone's going to be talking about how leaning's a problem. But we saw it first. Why? Because we have giant brains. Bigger brains than these people who have gotten the camo. And then you might say, well, why didn't you get Orion before Skullface then? And not Reed Boy. Reed Boy's a loser. Skullface got Orion first.
El Bozo, El Reed
He
Boy.
won El Bozo ratio.
He wasn't trying.
Yeah.
He stopped trying.
He's, by the way, I don't care. He's fine. What was I going to say? Oh, and the answer, of course, is that if you play the game 18 hours a day inefficiently, you're going to get the camo before me playing the game 4 hours, maybe, a day efficiently. Duh. So, welcome to the show. We have a lot to talk about today. We have broken this down into a number of categories. We're going to start with general tips. We're going to start with where we are at so far in the journey. Then we're going to go into general tips that apply to pretty much every category. How to level guns quickly. And then we're going to go category by category. Leveling tips, camo tips, so particular challenge tips, etc. So we're going to run the gamut here, and we're going to get real fucking active. And I'm very excited, and I think this will be edifying for pretty much everyone who is playing Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. So before that, quickly, an announcement we're doing for all of you who are Damascus patrons, patreon.com/thedropshot, the best way to support the show. Our hangout next weekend will be on a day at a time, probably Saturday evening at some time. And we will be doing confirmed Modern Warfare 2 customs. Symphony was doing 3v3 search this morning, so custom games are confirmed working, so we will be able to do that unless they break the game in the meantime, which is entirely possible, but unlikely. So, Modern Warfare 2 customs, any and all Damascus patrons are welcome to come, and we will have a specific date and time for you guys on Monday. Keep your eyes on the Twitter at the Dropshot Pod for the schedule, or you can join the fucking Discord linked in the description, show notes, whatever. Other than that, do we have any other announcements, Tanner? Dropshot.
If you guys join the Discord and go to the announcements channel, we posted a Google Doc and an image of every single weapon camo challenge in the game by category. We didn't make it, but we came across it and we posted it for you guys. So if you want to join the Discord, there's a really good resource there, so you know what's lying ahead. You can even take a look and see, oh, never mind, I don't want to grind camos at all, this sounds terrible, and then give up, or just work on certain categories. So there you go, join the Discord. That info's in there for you,
which should be available in the game. It's dumb that you don't know what the gold challenge is until it's unlocked. I think this is really stupid. If you do use this resource, so I mean, for example, this happened to me last night. I got a shotgun. I finished all the challenges for the shotgun I was using. And then I was like, okay, now I'm on to the gold challenge, but I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to level something else for the rest of this match. If I was alone, I would have simply just left the match to go check. But if you have the document, you don't have to do that. You can just be like, oh, okay, what's the gold challenge? Because I have it unlocked, even though, I don't know what it is. So it's a cute little resource to have, yeah. And you can mentally steel yourself when you're looking at the platinum and polyatomic challenges for the launchers, for example, which are neither fun nor exciting.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you. Still going to be way easier than MW19, but it's not great because Activision devs do not, of course, play their own game. So, other than that, you guys can check out that little resource in the Discord. It's in the announcements channel, as Tanner said. And I think that's it for announcements, unless you have anything else to add.
No.
All right. Let's get right into this, bitch. If you're listening for the jingle, keep waiting, bitch, because we're not playing one. It hasn't been long enough. So I refuse to play the jingle. Today, we're going to start by telling you guys where we are at on the journey so that you have some sort of, just to temper your expectations, because we don't have fucking Orion. We're 30 years old. Of course we don't have Orion. We're 30-year-olds without Adderall prescriptions or cocaine connections. So of course we don't have Orion. Duh. But
we have cocaine.
If I really tried.
What did you say? Yeah, we could easily come across some cocaine. Yeah, we for sure have a connect. We're not using it, but we have one. So don't say that.
It would. That's fair. That's perhaps fair. Well, we don't have a cocaine problem like our connect does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, and that's it. He isn't listening. Doesn't matter. But that was a joke. Maybe it was a joke. I don't know if he has a problem. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to start by telling you guys where we're at in the journey. So, keep this in mind when we go through this whole episode, because some things we're going to have a lot more knowledge about than others, and we'll kind of remind you when we get to those things. But for me, I have all launchers platinum. That was really dog shit, so you guys should be happy I've done those, so we can give you tips on how to do it yourselves more effectively, more efficiently. And that's one of the disadvantages, by the way, of going for these camos really early, is that you don't have the strats yet. You know, when I was going for Damascus in MW 2019, I did not intend on getting Damascus when the game launched. And for months after, I did not care. And then eventually, when I was going for Damascus, there were a million videos on every single challenge for every single gun that had really goated strats and tips that I used as a resource. So it was like a lot faster for that reason, because I was like, oh, that's a fucking good idea. Or, oh, that's smart, whatever. And we don't have that resource right now ourselves, but this will serve as that resource for you guys, I think, because we tried a lot of different things to get, you know, some of these things gold and platinum, whatever. Which reminds me, actually, I need to write something down here real quick. Let's start with you. Where are you at on the journey?
Yeah, so I'm at, I also decided to do the launchers, get those suckers out of the way. Got them gold, and then I said, you know what? I don't want to do these anymore, but I probably should. So then I ended up doing the platinum as well, which wasn't real fun. We'll get into that. The launchers, I think, will be the last thing we talk about today. I believe that's the last category. It is. Launchers and melee are the last two things we'll talk about. The hardest ones. Not necessarily the hardest, the most annoying for sure. But so I'm at, I have all the launchers platinum, so that's 4 platinums. And I decided to do the knife and riot shield both platinum as well. Because that ended up, I started doing that, ended up being a lot easier than I thought it would, or it was just smooth sailing for me. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep grinding this. I was kind of planning on waiting for hardcore. I didn't. So I got those platinum. So I have 6 total platinum. And I just finished every single AR this morning. So I have 8 assault rifles gold. And I think I'll be starting probably the platinum on that, honestly, today. And then I have 2 marksman rifles gold. The SPR and the SPX are the other variant of it. So yeah, so I'm at 10 total gold, 6 total platinum. Yeah, gold this year, by the way, doesn't really... Pretty easy to get gold. Very easy to get gold. So when you see that shit, you know, it doesn't take very long. So I'm still having fun with it, though. I think at this point last year in Vanguard, I was already like realizing these challenges are fucking god awful, man. The launchers are miserable. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I want the camo, you know, it's pretty cool. Atomic isn't bad. I kind of want it. But I was kind of starting to have second thoughts at that point. Now the more guns I get gold, the more I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting closer. One gun done. True. So I think I could pretty confidently say now I am absolutely intending to, get the Mastery Orion this year.
Okay, because I got the so I would have had the same opinion no matter what, because I'm having fun doing the grind regardless. However, assuming I wasn't having fun, there's no universe in which I went through the torture of getting fucking platinum launchers and then did not get Orion. So if only for that reason, I would be getting Orion no matter what now. Yeah. Because there's no chance I would have been like, I would have platinum launchers and be like, oh, fuck it. I did not go through all of that trouble to not get Orion, so I'm fucking getting Orion. But even if I didn't have launchers platinum, I'd still be going for it too, because I agree. I'm having a lot more fun. Every time I get one done, I'm like ready to move on. It's going much better than Vanguard. So where I'm at is platinum launchers as well, gold knife, level 11 riot shield to unlock the challenge, and then I just stopped doing it because I'm waiting for hardcore to come out, now known as tier 1, that playlist, because it's going to be easier to do the riot shield challenges.
I think you should give it a shot though,
because it's only one hit kill with a riot shield and hardcore to kill. At least it was, and it probably will be again.
Yeah.
But it's 2 hits on someone full health in core. It is doable in core. And it doesn't seem that hard because a lot of people have done it, like including you and Cope and Jake. So it doesn't seem that bad, but we'll get into that. What else? Battle rifles are all platinum as well. And then the first shotgun, the double barrel, is gold. And I'm working on the second one now, the expedite, the expeditious. That is where I'm at. Nothing else is gold. I don't have any other camos even unlocked. But what I've been doing is, which we'll get into, popping double WEP XP tokens. As soon as I unlock all the challenges or something, I'll just move on and level something random to run out the clock on the token. So by virtue of that, I have a lot of guns leveled, either max level or middle level that I have not even touched yet. So eventually when I get to like assault rifles, which is the last category I'm going to do, because it's the easiest one. There are a lot of guns, but per gun, it's probably the easiest, I would imagine. I'll have like all of them leveled at least like halfway by the time I even look at the camo. So I'm going to fucking fly through those for
you
that
know
reason.
What? If you're also saving ARs, if we get a new AR season 1, you won't even have to touch the M16. You can do the other fully automatic AR they're going to add in, and that'll be way easier.
Super good point, actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, I should have thought of that before I did
that is
mine.
something to keep in mind, by the way, because for any of you who are not new to Call of Duty fucking loves adding melee weapons to the game, and they're all going to be better than a riot shield. So if you're like slacking and you intend on getting Orion, but you're taking it kind of slow, I'm not kidding. I would advise you to just not do the riot shield. Just wait until season 1 reloaded, probably. We'll get a melee weapon. It'll be a fucking Kukuri or something. And it's going to be a knife, but it's going to look different. And then you can get that gold, which is going to be way fucking easier than getting the riot shield gold. And then you can get Orion without touching the riot shield. If you're going to take a while to do this grind, I would strongly urge you to consider that option. Because Call of Duty loves adding new melee weapons that no one cares about. But in this instance, it would be relevant. Yeah, you could just ignore the riot shield. But that's a great point about the M16, yeah.
Does it still work that way for the riot shield? Because it's under the melee category, but it's also a primary.
Yes,
whereas
but
the knife is a secondary. Yeah.
So it would work that way. Because whether the DLC knife is a primary or a secondary, it obviously works across categories, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm very confident.
It should be that way, but that's how it should be, and that's how it's been.
For example, I did that in Cold War, in fact.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we get a melee weapon that early though. If you're trying to do it quicker, then just do the riot shield. Because
obviously,
we probably won't actually get a melee weapons like season 2 or something. Usually the first season's actual guns.
Yeah, obviously. If you're trying to get it quickly, you're gonna have to do the riot shield. I'm just saying, for those of you who are like really taking it slow, I would just put the riot shield on hold. But anyways, so that's where I'm at in the grind. But so between the two of us, we've gotten a weapon gold from every category except for snipers.
Well,
and SMGs.
I've done LMGs.
And LMGs.
LMGs don't matter. We'll get into it later. And SMGs it's an SMG. It's easy.
So, yeah. And now that we actually, you know what, and I'm going to pull this up. Now that we have this Google Doc too, it's going to be pretty straightforward to talk about. But anyways, with that, let's get into it. So we're going to start with general tips. These are camo grinding tips that apply across categories. So we're starting here before we get into specifics. So first thing first. There are camo challenges that exist that will say, for example, get 10 double kills with this weapon. And then there are other camo challenges that will say, get 2 kills within 10 seconds with this weapon. Now, if you are, I went to college for philosophy, and this is the reason why right here. All that cash, thousands of dollars, it was worth it for this reason right here. Those actually are different. And so they're worded differently and they mean something different. But more importantly, IDub actually meant for these to mean something different. So they did this on purpose, in other words, because it's very possible they just worded things inconsistently, even though they mean the same thing. So you might think, oh, they just mean double kills every time. They don't, though. I understand why you might think that, but they don't. This is, of course, retarded, but they do appear, once again, to be distinct. So 2 kills within 10 seconds will function as expected. If you get 2 kills within 10 seconds with the weapon, it'll count. It'll give you progress. And it appears to be actually 10 seconds. Straightforward. The double kill one is not straightforward. So if you need to get 10 double kills with a fucking vector, okay? If you kill a guy and then like 6 seconds later you kill another guy, and then on your screen it says double kill, you might think, cool, I've progressed that camo challenge, and you'd be wrong. So getting the double kill medal does not necessarily count as camo progress toward double kills. Why? Infinity Ward are fucking morons. That's why. But for camo progress, it is a lot more strict than the double kill medal. In other words, once again, it's possible to get a double kill medal, but it not count toward the camo. If you want it to count toward the camo, the double kill has to be 2 kills pretty fucking close together. Time-wise.
Probably have, 2 seconds max?
I would say 3 or 4.
You think it's that long, really?
Yeah, because one time I was like, ooh, that's an edge case. And I got progress for it. So I think it's fairly generous. They don't have to be like fucking right back to back. But there are absolutely 100% times where they were pretty far apart. I got a double kill medal, but it didn't count. So keep that in mind. Don't count double kill medals. You need to make sure and try to get them as close together as possible. Doesn't make any sense, but there's a little tip for you. Don't get baited. So there's number 1. Long shots. Long shot distances vary by category. For battle rifles, and I think ARs, Tanner can correct me, I believe a long shot is 38 or more meters, which is fairly far. But for shotguns, I think it's literally like 12 meters, if that. Like, you can get a long shot with a shotgun very close. I don't know if you need long shots for any shotgun categories. I can check, I suppose. But they do vary by category, so just keep that in mind. And long shots do appear to... Every time I got a long shot medal, it counted toward the camo. So I think you don't have to worry about the double kill consideration for long shots. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I think it is like 40 meters for ARs, and SMGs I think is like 30, I think. Okay. Something like that.
Okay. So this is something we stated, but we will restate it here. If you are working on a camo for some dog shit thing, launchers, riot shield, knife, do not stop using it until you're done using it. Because if I'm trying to get a riot shield gold, obviously I'm going to go like 3 and 500. Like, I'm going to have a terrible KD. I'm not going to do well. I'm not going to be having fun. I'm going to be playing like dog shit. I'm going to be ineffective. If I keep doing that, it's going to push me down in my SBMM bracket. So then I'm playing against a bunch of you guys, basically. Middle-aged men with mortgages and children who don't have much time to play the game, so you're not very good. Stay on the riot shield until you're done with the riot shield, so that once you get pushed down in that SBMM bracket, you stay there, and it makes getting the riot shield double kills or whatever way fucking easier than if you get one double kill and say, okay, cool, I've chipped away at the riot shield, back to using my polyatomic SPR and fucking no-scoping kids and going 500 and 0. Because if you do that, then the next time you go to the riot shield, you're going to be in demon lobbies again. So don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
We've said this many times. Just a reminder. Next one, Tanner. I wrote this down, but I would like you to take this one because you have tried it and I have not.
Yeah, so this worked for me in free-for-all. If you're playing free-for-all and maybe other sixes game modes, surprisingly, people are willing to help you out with camo challenges if you ask. So it actually started, I got in the lobby, the free-for-all lobby, like people were typing and shit, so I was just like messing around. I didn't expect anyone to do it, and I was like, any riot shield feeders? And then some guy was like, yeah, where you at? And I was like, what the hell? I was like, all right, come to kitchen. So he would come to the kitchen and just let me kill him. He just let me keep doing that over and over again. And he got in my lobby like 2 or 3 times because lobbies do kind of stay together in this game.
Fantastic.
So I was working on double kills, so I would still have to go, or 2 kills within 10 seconds. Or was it 2 kills without dying? I'm already forgetting. What is the riot shield?
I think it's...
2 kills within 10 seconds.
Oh, there you go. It's much easier. Oh, yeah, that does make it a lot easier. Actually.
So that's what I was... So he was giving me 1, and then I would have to go still find someone else. So like one time even, I saw his character guy, or his character model, and I was like, oh, that's his operator. He was running the same direction as me, so I blow past him. He doesn't shoot me in the back. I kill a guy in front of him, turn around, and then he just lets me kill him. So then I got my 2 in 10 seconds. So if people are willing to help, I got 4 out of my 10 done literally from that guy helping me. So that was cool if you want to cheese it a little bit. Definitely makes it easier. And then I also got in another lobby with another guy, and he was like, I'll help you if you help me with some back shots. So I was like, all right, cool. So I got like a couple riot shield.
Tanner took some back shots from a random guy on the internet.
Yeah, so I got a couple 2 kills in 10 seconds that game. Then I would just run up to him. I knew his character model. I would turn around, and he would just shoot me in the back, and I would let him do that. Because you know what? I'm nice. I'm not just over here expecting people to help me. I'll help people too if they ask me. I was willing to just give people Joker kills, man. You know, I get it. It's annoying. It can be annoying. So, surprisingly, if you ask people, a lot of people are willing to help right now. They won't be in 2 months, but people are right now because they're doing the same shit and they realize how awful it is. So give it a shot.
They still have empathy for now. Yeah. So
I think I actually got this idea from Cope because he had said people in his lobbies were like helping each other. So I was like, oh, all right, well, let's try it. And it worked the first time I tried it. Someone helped me out. Yeah.
Next tip is there are many challenges. I don't know if it might be every gun in the game has usually a gold challenge. Get 3 kills without dying in 1 life. These can be done consecutively in the same life. That was not super obvious to me, so I was just committing suicide in game every time I would get 3 kills so that I could keep doing the camo. And then I was informed by members of our small but vibrant and extremely humble community in the Discord, which you should of course fucking join, that is not necessary. So in other words, if you get a 6 kill streak in 1 life, you will get 2 ticks of progress for the camo. So there's no need to kill yourself. This is good to know. Especially if you're playing something like Ground War and you get to like a really good like spot, like on a nice roof where you're just farming their spawn. You don't have to kill yourself and then like try and get back there or whatever. You can just chill there and keep getting kills. So like in theory, you could get all 10 of these in 1 life, and then drop your nuke and then, you know, have the gun gold or whatever. So just something to keep in mind as well if you've been, like me, killing yourself in game. Tanner's also written, if you're on a 1 or 2 kill streak and the game ends, the streak also continues into the next game.
Yeah, it does.
That's good to know.
It doesn't really matter a whole lot, but it is something good to know if you're on a 2 kill streak and you're still, you know, I don't know if it works if you switch game modes, but happened to me this morning. I got 8 out of my 10. 3 kills without dying in 1 match, load into the next match. I get 5 total kills. A medal comes up on my screen, and I was like, huh,
I must have died on a 1 kill streak last game, so I backed out, and sure enough, I had my last 2 out of 10 done. So it does carry over, and I had heard that before, so that confirmed it.
Oh, so there you go. Yeah. So next here, do not waste your double weapon XP tokens. There's 2 things to say on this. Number 1, you should be using these for the launchers, especially the launchers, because you can't start on any camo challenges until the launcher is level 11 out of 15. And if you're just shooting UAVs and shit, that takes quite a fucking long time. So if you're going to use your double weapon XP tokens on anything, it should be the launchers and the riot shield, because these are dog shit to level and they're not fun. It's very easy to level up a fucking SPR or an AK, because they're good guns and you're going to get a lot of kills with them. So don't waste your tokens on those things. Use them on dog shit weapons. But another thing is, like, if you're done leveling all of those things, which I am, let's say you're like starting on a level 1 battle rifle, you pop an hour of double weapon XP token, and then you get it to level 8. And you've unlocked your first camo challenge. And let's say that camo challenge is like mounted kills. Don't start working on mounted kills unless you are confident you're going to be leveling up your weapon as quickly doing that as you would be by just running around and killing shit. And if it's mounted kills, you probably won't be. So I would say you popped it for an hour, you got it to level 8. You probably only have 30 minutes left. Just continue playing normally and leveling it up to unlock more camo challenges before you start working on camos specifically, because working on camos is going to slow down your leveling progress. You're not going to do as well. You're not going to get as many kills. Don't do that. Go back and do the camos. And then another thing, let's say your battle rifle's level 10 and you pop a double weapon XP token for an hour. As soon as you get to level, for example, 25, and you now have all 4 basic camo challenges unlocked and trackable, immediately stop using that weapon and start leveling another one until that hour of double weapon XP token time runs out, because you don't need a gun to be max level to get it gold. In practicality, by the time you get gold, every weapon will be max level. But to start doing that, it doesn't need to be max level. There's no point to get a gun max level. The only thing you need to worry about when you have these tokens popped is unlocking all the base challenges. As soon as that's done, go to a different weapon when the token is active to start leveling that to unlock all of its challenges. Don't start working on a camo even though your gun isn't technically max level, because you're going to get it max level without a token anyway later, and you're just wasting time. So that's another thing to consider as well.
Yeah, that's biggest for riot shield, knife, and launchers, because their max level's 15. You get the 1 challenge at 11. The other guns is like ARs and shit. Usually you get your last challenge like 2 or 3 levels before the gun's max level. Correct, anyways. Yeah. So it's like you're pretty much just using it till the gun's max. But yeah, that's mostly for launchers, riot shield, and knife.
Yes. Next. There is some uniformity within a category for camos, but not completely. So, for example, not every AR has the same 4 base camo challenges. Why is this the case? For no good reason. I don't know, but it's not a good reason. But they're not the same.
It's not a great reason.
So one AR's 3rd camo challenge might be long shots. Another 3rd camo might be fucking point blank kills. But if the M4 requires point blank kills, there might be another AR that will never require point blank kills. So don't assume that they're all the same. The reason I mention this is if you're on your 2nd AR, you haven't checked what the 3rd camo challenge is, but you know you've unlocked it. Don't start going for don't start trying to do a challenge that is the same as the third camo challenge of the last gun you did, because it's probably not the same. It might be, but it might not be. So just make sure and double check, because there is some uniformity, usually tracks, but definitely not always. So keep that in mind too. Just make sure you're double checking exactly what is being worked on, because just don't assume it's the same as the last AR you did or whatever.
Yeah.
And once again, you can use the Google Doc, which is in our Discord, to double check, or obviously just use the game menus. And then last thing is, for a lot of weapons, you will need to get mounted kills. When you are on this challenge, the deployable cover is extremely useful and worth running. It recharges really fucking fast, like shockingly fast. Every single time I wanted to use a deployable cover when I was working on this challenge, I had one. Literally every single time. And it makes doing it way fucking easier, obviously. So once you're working on those mounted kills, I would strongly encourage you to switch to deployable cover. And then mount it, obviously. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Oh, this is a great tip. Yeah.
It's easier mounting in the middle too than mounting like on the side of a wall or something. It just gives you a better point of view usually.
Sure.
And last thing about the tokens. There's no in-game timer currently for the token. So as soon as you press the button, set a timer on your phone for an hour or whatever it is, so you know exactly when it's ending. Another thing that I also noticed, and someone in chat just brought up, you press the button to like pop a double XP and it's like laggy. It like acts like it's not loading, so you may want to press the button twice. Don't do that. It will work. It may just like literally take up to 10 seconds for it to start working, and then the number of your double XP go from 10 hours down to 9 or something. So do not keep spamming it. You'll literally just waste your tokens. Press the button once and wait a little bit, and then you'll see that number drops by 1, and that means the double XP is activated.
Correct.
I think I actually wasted an extra hour this way when we first started. It's like, it's not working. And so I pressed 1 twice, and then all of a sudden I had 8. It was just for like the normal double XP though, like on launch day, so I didn't care.
So when that happens, by the way, how it worked in like in past games is that if I popped an hour of double XP twice, they would stack. The timer in game would show I have 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 30 seconds or whatever.
So I think
it's possible that's what's happening in this game. It's possible that it's not. We haven't tested it. I don't care enough to look into it. I wouldn't bet on it though. So yeah, just be patient. Because I'm been stacking. So
I'm almost positive when MW19 launched, if you did it twice, you just waste the second one. And then I thought it was later on at some point they made it so they would stack on top of each other in the timer one. I do not think it was like that on launch.
Maybe?
I feel like it wasn't that long ago they changed it. It was like at some point during Warzone.
I thought it was always that way, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, biggest thing is there's no timer, so we don't actually know if it's doing that. So just press it once and then set a timer for an hour.
Yeah, for sure. So now next is going to be leveling strategies. So obviously a big part of the camo grind is leveling the gun enough to unlock the challenge so you can start doing it. So this is going to be fairly general as well. And these are some leveling strategies, how to maximize and quickly and efficiently as possible level your weapons. And these are the things we've found to be the fastest. So
yeah, so when we get into the gun specific categories, you'll hear us talking about these methods a lot. So we'll kind of tell you what they are now. So the first one is playing ground war. You can either just kill people or get in a tank, APC, and just farm kills and XP that way. If you, whatever weapon you have out, when you enter a vehicle, you will gain XP for that gun, even though you're in a vehicle. Anytime you see XP on your screen, capping flags, getting kills, getting scrap assists on vehicles, getting destroyed vehicles, any XP you get when you enter that vehicle with that weapon out will count towards that gun's XP. So you can use a tank with a double XP for 30 minutes with a double XP popped. You can not once fire that launcher and level that up numerous times that way. You do not even have to get kills with it.
Correct.
So, capping objective, kills against players, it's all the same. it's a solid method, because ground war, you can do all that. There's so many vehicle spawns, you can cap flags, kill people on objectives, etc. So another thing is, like, when you're killing people on an objective, or if the enemy is on an objective, or you're on it and shooting people outside of it, you can get defender and attacker medals that way, and that basically gives you double XP that a normal kill would give you. So if you can get lucky and combine something like, you get a defender medal because you're on the objective, you get a headshot, and then like a revenge medal or some other weird thing, you can stack some crazy XP and get like 400 XP in literally one kill, just because you're sitting on the objective and like getting lucky with your shots. And the objective, or the flag areas too in ground war, are very large on a lot of the maps. So it's like you could be upstairs in a random window and you're still considered on the objective, and you can just be killing people outside of it. But because you're in the range of that flag, you're getting more XP for it. So that's a great way to play. You always have to play around the objective. You can sit on the back of the map in spawn and snipe people, like
people are anyway too.
Like so many of these ground war rats do, but they're just getting kill experience. They're not getting any extra points because they're not playing the objective. So it is worth getting on those flags and killing people. You get way more XP that way.
That's good comms, actually. Yeah, and that will count as weapon XP for sure. But yeah, yeah. And then another thing is invasion. The downside of invasion, as opposed to ground war, for using like the vehicle strat. Number one, you can't pick where you spawn in invasion, unlike ground war. So if you're getting farmed, you're going to spend a lot of time fucking running around with your dick in your hand. And then another disadvantage of invasion is, unlike in ground war, vehicles don't spawn right away in invasion. The upside of invasion is that there are bots, and I did this with the riot shield. I used invasion. I'd have my riot shield out, I'd pop my token, I'd play invasion, fuck around, do whatever. And then as soon as vehicles would spawn, I would get in one, and I would just drive to the choppers that were deploying the bots, and I'd just fucking mow them all down and get like 600 XP. And it's so free if there are no like enemies around there. So invasion's like kind of backloaded in terms of weapon XP. Like if you're in at the beginning, like you're really not getting that much. And you're probably getting less than you would be in ground war early, but later, as soon as vehicles spawn, you can just go bot hunting and you can get a fuck ton of weapon XP by just either running over bots, or if you're in like a tank or APC or some shit, shooting them. Either way, it's a ton of XP. And the bots, if you're in a vehicle, the bots are not going to kill you. So that is kind of the difference there between invasion and ground war. I think overall, it's hard to say. I would say invasion's probably a bit faster though, just because those bots are so easy to kill. And like they have like, I don't know if they're static across matches, but within a match, if a helicopter drops a bunch of bots in this location, it's going to keep coming back to this location for the rest of this match. I don't know if it's always that location every time you're on that map in every match, but at least within a match, you find where they're dropping the bots, and while you're fucking running them over, chill there for actually 1 minute, and another helicopter will be back with more bots for you to fucking run over. So they're both very fast. And these are both way faster ways to level a riot shield than going to play fucking domination and trying to kill real players. Trust me. You do one of these for sure, for launchers and for the riot shield especially. They're both good.
Yeah.
So
next one here is, supposedly this is the quickest way to level up guns. This is what everyone's saying, which is kill confirmed. You get kills, you dive and pick up dog tags. You combine that with throwing decoy grenades and stuff, which we'll talk about more in a second here. Most people say this is the fastest way to level up a gun. Personally, I don't like this method. I still play ground war, and for me, I swear I level up way quicker in ground war. It's also, all of these things we're talking about, as we get into weapon specifics too, or category specifics, you'll hear more of. Just because I like ground war the best doesn't mean that's going to work the best for you. You kind of have to learn which one you perform very well at, and that you can just farm the most XP that way and get kills and stuff. And that's why I'm just full ground war now. I stopped doing invasion. I did invasion early on for like launchers and stuff. That's still a good idea to do. But past those, I'm better off just playing ground war. I think killing people on the objective, getting points that way,
I'm
using
done with
vehicles.
Invasion now too. Yeah. It's fucking boring.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think in our first impressions, I actually said Invasion was my favorite mode, and that's already absolutely changed. I hate it now. I'd rather play sixes. So most people in the Discord, though, at this point, and people we play with, don't seem to be liking ground war. It's just me. I love it. I think I'm leveling up my weapons the fast that way. But so kill confirm has been what a lot of people have been doing. It doesn't feel like you're getting that much XP, honestly. I didn't think I was leveling up my gun that fast. How has your experience been in kill confirmed?
Yeah, my experience is the opposite. I feel like kill confirmed. Yeah, so basically, the reason kill confirmed is so good for weapon XP is because when you pick up dog tags, it's like 50 if you pick up a friendly and like 75 or 100 if you pick up an enemy tag. So even if you're using like a dog shit gun, like let's say you're leveling your fucking revolver or something and it's level 1. Like you can be just not getting a single kill. If you just run around and scoop up tags, you're getting a lot of weapon XP that way because all that XP also counts as weapon XP. And there are always tags around. And then in addition to that, you're getting assist weapon XP, kill weapon XP. This has felt insanely fast to me for leveling up weapons. Yeah. And it's also felt faster than ground war too, because here's what I would say. I think in the ideal for weapon XP is what I mean. The ideal game of kill confirmed versus the ideal game of ground war, you'll get more weapon XP in ground war. If they're both ideal games where you just fucking like farmed weapon XP really hard. On average though, if you have to play, if you're going for Orion, you will have to play more than 100 matches. You're playing 100 matches of kill confirmed and 100 matches of ground war. I think your overall weapon XP per hour, per minute, whatever, is faster in kill confirmed. Kill confirmed feels a lot more consistent to me. Because there are times in ground war where, I've just always been in a tank. Everyone's dog shit. I'm on the fucking pulse with the spawns. I'm farming kids. And my weapon XP is just fucking boosting, just taking off. But then other times it's like our team's getting shit on. They have 2 chopper gunners and a VTOL all fucking my ass specifically.
Yeah.
All my squad mates are always dead. They're dog shit. I have to spawn on our main HQ every single time. All the vehicles are taken. I'm spending a lot of time running around looking for shit to do and nothing's showing up. And I'm just pissed because I'm looking at my phone and I'm watching the seconds of my double weapon XP token tick down every moment where I'm running around looking for people unsuccessfully while getting sniped by an SPR from 200 meters away in a rooftop that I didn't even know existed. That's very annoying. So for me, I think kill confirms the safer bet. And therefore what I would, they're very comparable though. So what I would advise you guys to do, if you're going for absolutely fastest weapon XP possible, I would, again, because it's more consistent, I would say kill confirmed. But it's very close. Therefore, unless you're, again, trying to like literally eke out seconds or minutes, I would say play whatever you have more fun doing. Because they're both, one of these two ways is the fastest, for sure.
Yeah.
So I would pick the one that's just more fun for you.
For me too, it comes down to the kill confirmed sixes lobbies will almost every single time have better players in it than ground war. Ground war players 100%. Are delusional. Yeah. That is where all the LARPers are. They don't know what they're doing. They're sitting on a roof, AFK mounted up.
Too, yeah.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't listen. I ran up behind this guy yesterday and I was shooting next to him for like 5 seconds. I take a pop shot, waiting for him to turn around. He finally like slowly turned around and I just gunned him down. They're delusional. That's my favorite thing is it's easy kills because the players aren't good. You'll get into those kill confirm lobbies where everyone's super sweaty. They're using gold guns. They're fucking raging and calling you a camper and in chat. And they're very, very sweaty. And when you get one of those, it's a lot more frustrating, I think, in general, than ground war, because ground war is just full of bad players typically. But also, I've played Ground War so much now that I'm learning like where you just avoid. And I think that's why you still don't like it. I hated it at first too. I just stuck it out. And now I'm starting to learn like the better spots that I like. I only play around a few specific spots on every single map. And that's why it's a lot more fun now too. Because I know those areas well. And I know where people are generally going to be coming from.
Yeah,
so
totally fair.
For me, Ground War is a safer bet. But do whatever you're doing better in. If you hate Ground War and you feel like you're getting farmed, then yeah, don't waste your time. Play Kill Confirmed.
Yeah, for sure.
Or Hardpoint.
Yeah, or Hardpoint. Hardpoint is, like, I have the most fun playing Hardpoint, but I think Hardpoint, and we'll get into this more, Hardpoint's better for the challenges, because every challenge revolves around killing enemies, pretty much. So, in Hardpoint, people are centralized, and makes it easier to get double kills, for example. But it's just not as fast weapon XP as Kill Confirmed. It just isn't. So just it's fast enough, but keep that in mind. Another thing is the decoy grenade strat. So technically every tactical, so like flash grenade, stun grenade, I guess that's it. Shock charge. When you like flash someone, you get XP for it. And that is counting as weapon XP, but you're capped. I mean, the most you could possibly get is flashing all 6 people at the same time, which will never happen. But if you use decoy grenades, first of all, you spawn with 2, even without the perk, extra tactical. So you always have 2. And since they're going off for a long time, it's very easy to affect a lot of enemies with one grenade. Far easier than a flash or stun, which only goes off exactly once. So the strat is for weapon XP, run decoy grenades, and as soon as you spawn, literally throw them randomly, and you'll get probably 50, 75 weapon XP for no reason. Just for no reason. So this is the strat when you're leveling a gun. Use decoys, just fucking toss them somewhere, and you'll like get weapon XP for doing absolutely nothing. So you do that on top of a token, on top of Kill Confirmed, you are really flying through weapon levels this way.
Yeah.
So, something to keep in mind there.
Yeah, and I do think how it works is they have to be somewhat near enemies. You can't just like throw them in a random corner and get points, because you have to get
somewhat near enemies.
You have to get like decoy assists, so when like your teammate gets a kill, or I don't know exactly how it works, but it has to be.
Distract, I think I've seen too.
Yeah.
You want it to be near enemies, yes, because if there's no enemies around, you won't get any XP.
Yeah.
But how it works exactly, I don't know. What I do know is you'll get more weapon XP using that than any other tactical, so use that. That's the important note there.
Yeah, exactly. So. Otherwise, you're just basically not getting any XP if you're using a flash or something. You'll get like none. Even if it doesn't seem like much, you're getting like plus 15 with a decoy. By the end of the game, it'll add up and you got like an extra 3 or 4 kills worth of XP just from randomly throwing decoy grenades.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a little extra XP.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the last mode here is Hardpoint. Pretty simple. Play the objective, get kills when the enemy's on the flag or you're defending it, like I talked about. The Ground War, very similar. Quick and overall solid XP, combined with the potential for a lot of kills. The only issue with Hardpoint is it will be a lot sweatier than Kill Confirmed. It is very fun if you have a team. If you're playing solo, trying to level up a dogshit gun, though, this probably isn't the best way to do it. This will generally be better for the actual camo grind, which we'll start getting into here. But yeah, I think out of all the modes, more than like Dom and stuff, I'm pretty sure overall you're going to get a lot more XP in an average Hardpoint game if you're doing well than you would in Dom.
I agree. I think Hardpoint is number 3. 1 and 2 are Kill Confirmed. Well, Kill Confirmed / Ground War / Invasion. We can talk about which one of those is going to be the most weapon XP per match or per minute. Hardpoint is next for sure. Yeah, I think. Dom is a little too, especially in this game. Dom just doesn't play well in this game. The spawns or the maps or something is not good.
I agree. Yeah,
there's a lot of spawn switching in Dom every single game on every single map, and that makes Dom really unfun, which is fucking annoying. And so I don't know why that's happening. I don't know if it's because of the maps or the spawns. But Dom just does not play well right now, which is really unfortunate because I really like Dom. But if the spawns are flipping every minute, then it's not Dom anymore. It just feels like TDM, like just random spawns, like random dog shit.
Yeah,
and
I've
there's
really
no fighting over B when that's happening either, which is like the whole fun of Dom, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I've came around on Dom from the beta. I don't like it anymore. Tried playing it first couple days. I do think it plays terrible in this game. I'm just hard point only.
Yeah.
For sixes.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. Michael Myers sure is scary, but the last thing you need is to be hairy this Halloween. Luckily, our friends at MANSCAPED launched their 4th generation performance package to make sure your pumpkins get the ultimate carving experience on this spooky day. Turn your bite-sized treat into a king-size candy and join the 6 million men worldwide who trust in Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code DROPSHOT. Make the right call this spooky season. It's trick or trim. Have you ever tried to trim your balls and it turned into a Freddy Krueger film? Well, luckily, Manscaped is here to save the day and make sure you're feeling best in your costume. Unlock your confidence with the Performance Package 4.0. Inside, you'll find the holy grail of men's grooming items. They made it easy for you to upgrade your grooming routine. It's a full moon out there and werewolf in your pants is howling. It's time to tackle that problem with the Lawnmower 4.0. Their finely tuned pube products feature a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is easily the greatest ball trimmer on the planet. Oh, did I mention it's even waterproof? This trimmer is a shower essential. The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker, a total game changer to your men's hygiene arsenal. The Weed Whacker is a nose and ear hair trimmer that provides proprietary skin-safe technology that prevents nicks, snags, and tugs in your delicate little holes. Seal the deal with Manscaped's liquid formulations. Their Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner will make sure your pumpkins stay fresh. Trust me when I say this, fellas, your balls will thank you. Manscaped also just launched their new Body Buffer. This 100% antibacterial body scrubber is just what you need to keep you fresh and clean this Halloween. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts of their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. Also, if you're looking like Wolverine and haven't cut your toenails recently, be sure to look at the Shears 2.0 Nail Kit. Get 20% off free shipping with code DROPSHOT at manscaped.com. 20% off free shipping using code DROPSHOT at manscaped.com. Say trick or treat to your beautiful new Halloweeny with Manscaped.
Okay, so now we're going to go category by category specifics. So I would say at this point, we have probably covered the majority. Well, we've covered about half of all the things we would have to say on the camo grind. There are some very noteworthy particulars and specifics that we're going to get into now. But for some of these categories, it's very straightforward, and we're not going to have too much to say on it. So just keep that in mind. But we're starting probably with one such category: assault rifles. What I have not touched any ARs in terms of camos. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so we'll start with leveling tips for ARs. Use them, kill people. Pretty simple. Do this in any game mode you want. Hardpoint, kill confirm, ground war, invasion. By far the easiest category to get gold and platinum, I would imagine. Literally just play the game and you'll level them up that way. Don't waste double XP on this.
Yeah.
So for some of the camo things, you have to do a lot of different things with the category. There's ADS kills, double kills, kills from behind, hip fire kills, mounted kills, crouch kills, point blank, kills using a suppressor, and then of course you have like the standard gold kills without dying, long shots for plat, and then headshots for poly. So it does vary a lot from gun to gun. Like no AR has the same 4 camo challenges, if I'm not mistaken. So like Raz was saying earlier, look at the Google Doc in the Discord, make sure you know which ones you're going to have to do for that gun. So just to talk about a couple of them, double kills, I had some people asking in Discord what way they thought the best to do, or I thought the best to do double kills was. I prefer hardpoint for that. I thought that was working really well. You would think ground war too, but also ground war, a lot of times with so many people in buildings, it can be hard to get double kills. When you get a double kill, you're going to get like a quad kill because it'll be on a bunch of people looking the opposite direction. But so I think on average, 6s was performing the best for me playing hardpoint. for when you get to the challenge that's kills from behind, this is probably the most frustrating one that a lot of people complain about, kills from behind. This one, I think you have to do. You can do this in any mode. All of these you can do in any mode. If you're trying to do them the fastest, this one can start getting really frustrating. If you're playing like Dom, Hardpoint, something where teams generally spawn on one side of the map, most of those fights are going to be head on. You're not often going to be able to get behind them necessarily. It's going to take a while. So kills from behind, I think, is great in ground war or free for all. Free for all, you'll constantly run into people looking the other direction. Run dead silence. Dead silence actually doesn't matter in free for all because there's not a lot of sound going on generally, so people will hear your footsteps, shockingly. So run dead silence. Just keep running around or sit in a corner and wait for someone to run by. Make sure they get fully behind you. Shoot them in the back. Ground war, same thing. Get deep into their spawn. Use the helicopter that spawns at main, and it'll float in the air. It'll hover unless someone's piloting it. So it'll just, you can park it somewhere, jump out, get behind a bunch of people, and just, stay on a roof, get down low. It ends up being pretty easy that way. Another frustrating one is point blank kills. You have to be really damn close in this game to get a point blank kill. So the way I was doing it, again, ground war, people don't hear you, run right up to them. I'm not kidding. I had my barrel touching their head just to be sure, because you cannot be like, I think probably like 3-4 meters even is not a point blank kill. Like, you have to be within touching distance of the person. If you can reach out and touch them with your arm, think of it that way, you're probably within point blank range. So that worked well in ground war. I got that done in, I think, 2 matches. Really simple. Just close the gap. People won't know you're there. Kills without dying, like all the guns have. Easy category to do. I prefer to do this in 6s, though, shockingly. I think in ground war, too many times you'll get a quick 2 kills and be like, oh, okay, I'll find a third guy easily, and then you'll get sniped from someone. I think 6s, you can really slow down your playstyle without being shot by someone camping a roof as often. Slow it down, start mounting angles. People are going to call you a dirty rat or something. Like I got called a camper last night.
A camper. A fucking
Even though
camper.
I wasn't actually camping. But you just kind of have to slow down, play slower if that's giving you trouble. Literally just sit in corners if you have to. Hate to say it, because that ruins the game, but you got to do what you got to do to get these camos done. Just really slow it down, take your time, get those 2 kills. Don't start fucking sweating and shitting and pissing your little pants, man. Just slow it down, sound whore, wait for someone to run up on you. Yeah, that's it for the camo tips for me on the ARs, pretty much.
Yeah. Like Tanner said, this is pretty straightforward. The kills from behind is one that I've only had to do it once for a BR. It's fucking annoying, and it's finicky, and it is hard to tell if it actually counted or not. And this is testable. I am not willing to do it. I suspect no one else is either, so you'll probably never know exactly what constitutes a kill from behind. However, when I did it for one of the BRs, I don't remember which, it seemed to work about as expected. If you think you're behind the guy, you probably are. That's how it felt to me. And one thing I will also say in general, with this challenge in particular, but with a lot of them too, a lot of like the dog shit frustrating ones, like Joker 2 kills without dying, for example. Here's a great example. You need to get 2 kills without dying 10 times for the Joker, which you can play super slow and do this. That's what I ended up doing. I would just like shoot a rocket and then just hide. See if I got a kill. If I did, cool. If I had no more rockets, I would literally just sit in a corner and wait for my muni. Pop it, get another rocket, try again. Cool, 2 kills. It took me 5 minutes, but I got 1 out of 10 done, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I would go one entire ground war game and get 1 out of 10. And then I remembered the next game I played Tarak ground war, and these 2 little fucking dorks just were super stubborn about getting on that fucking that tall ass tower, that flat roof. They would put a deployable cover down. It was always two dudes just sucking each other off and trying to snipe people on that tower. And I got 3 of them inside of 2 minutes on these dumb fucks. Because I would just shoot our Joker at them, boom, double kill. I'm mad I wasn't on the polyatomic challenge at this time. And then I just got like so many so quickly. That's how some of these are gonna go. Like, you're gonna go through one game, if you're working on Riot Shield, you'll get fucking no double kills. And then the next game, you'll get 7. Like, that's kind of just how it goes sometimes. This is what happened with me specifically also with the kills from behind. One game, I got 1 or 2. And then another game, LSELO, hardpoint, there was a moment where I was in mid, but in the room closest to where they were spawning, and I was just sitting right behind the door, waiting, with Ghost. Run Ghost for everything, by the way. There's another camo tip for you. Run Ghost. Yeah. Especially for the kills without dying, double kills, 2 kills in 1 life. You're going to stay alive a lot fucking more if you're not on UAV. So definitely run Ghost. It helps. Because then when you camp, no one's going to ever find you. Like when I was doing the Joker shit, I had Ghost. So that if I'm in a corner and some random guy jumps out of a helicopter and is going to a point near me, he doesn't single me out while I'm prone with a Joker out jerking myself off and killing me and making me fucking seethe. I didn't allow that to be a possibility. I ran Ghost. I would recommend you do the same. Anyways, yeah, like I was struggling for one match, and then on that match, I just sat in the corner right behind that door, and I got like 4 in like 30 seconds. I'm not kidding. They all were just going straight for the hard point at mid. So that's just how it's going to be. You know, try to remember that. Some matches are going to be lucky and good. Some are going to be dog shit. I would also say don't back out of a game if you feel like you're not getting your shit fast enough. So like, for example, I was going for long shots one game, and I had gotten like 1, like halfway, 60, 70% into the match. And I was like, man, should I just back out and try and look for like a better map or a better lobby where people are standing farther away? I was like, nah, fuck it. I'll just play it out, whatever. I'm not kidding. In the last 10 seconds of the game, I got 3 long shots.
Damn.
In the last 10 seconds. So it's kind of random. Just play it out. Because you're gonna waste more time backing out constantly looking for the perfect fucking lobby or whatever than just sticking it out in a lobby. You'll get it. I wouldn't worry too much about backing out constantly or anything in general. So there's another thing to keep in mind. But yeah, besides that, AR's very straightforward. So there you go.
Yeah. One more thing from this category real quick. The M16, little tip with this, far and away the worst assault rifle. It's not close. It's not up for debate. M16 is the worst assault rifle by far. It's the only one that's not fully automatic. It's burst or single shot. My tip is, unless your barrel's touching their head, don't put it in burst ever. It's not bad in single fire, I'll be honest. I ended up doing the whole M16 and ground war pretty much using single shot. I put a VLK on it or another zoom optic. Build it for recoil and stability. Don't worry about ADS. Just pre-aim something and sit there and wait for it. Start mounting things. It takes, 3 to 5 shots it feels to kill. If you can mix a headshot in there, it's a lot quicker. And that was a lot more bearable because it doesn't matter how you build the gun. The burst is not accurate at range at all, so much that it's literally unusable. You can put every recoil attachment on it. It won't matter because the spread between the 3 bullets, you can hardly control that. It's a disaster and you will not be able to hit things at range. So you have to go into single fire. I read that tip before I started the M16. A lot of people were saying that on Twitter. I used it. Excellent strategy to whoever was saying that. Made the M16 a lot more bearable. Another good thing about this game I noticed, I feel like this wasn't the case before. If you put your M16 in semi-auto, it stays there every single time you die. It'll only default back to burst if you pick up another gun.
Or that.
Otherwise, it stays in semi the whole time, which is really nice to not have to, to switch the firing mode every single time. Use it in semi, I promise you it'll be a lot easier.
Yeah, you're going to be doing that for BRs too, which we're about to get into. When you do switch when you change the select fire mode, it will stay. So you have to do it at the beginning of every match. So if it defaults to semi, you put it in full auto. It'll stay in full auto until the next match. You have to do it again. But also, yeah, if you pick up a different gun and pick yours back up, you'll have to switch it again. If you change any attachments, also, you'll have to switch it again. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so now battle rifles, next category. There are 4 battle rifles. They kind of suck cock. There's one good one, the Scar, And it's insanely good. It fucks so hard. It's a pleasure, a privilege, and a treat to play with. Every other BR, dog shit.
Lockman 762 isn't bad.
Yeah, that one's okay.
I got mine max. It actually not bad in full auto. You can kind of control it.
I would recommend that for full auto too. Yeah. The third one, I don't know what it is middling at best. And then the F-TAC Recon is utter, complete dog shit. Awful gun. The worst primary I've used yet. It probably will be the worst primary I have to use. Maybe the M16 will be worse. But it's really fucking really bad. And it won't be fun, and none of it's fun. It's not fun to try and kill people just to like level it. And it's certainly not fun going for the challenges, and you'll hate it and mentally prepare yourself. So have some bourbon ready, beat off, have a nice meal, make sure you've slept a full 8 hours the day before, a nourishing meal. Make sure your bills are paid. Make sure you don't have any other stresses in life. Make sure you've refinanced your mortgage. I mean, make sure everything else possible in your life is optimal before you start on the F-TAC Recon, because you're gonna hate it and you're going to be irritable afterward. And there's another tip as well. If you have like a date planned for that day, do not work on the F-TAC Recon. If you're meeting the in-laws, certainly do not work on the F-TAC Recon. It will sour your mood. You'll be in a bad mood. Don't do that. It will ruin your day. So if you plan on like having fun that day, or you're going to fucking Disneyland that night, don't use the F-TAC Recon. You won't have fun at Disneyland anymore. It's a dog shit, worthless trash gun in semi-auto, in full auto, shoving it up your own ass. It's not good at anything for any reason ever. And unfortunately, you're going to have to get it gold and platinum and polyatomic smile. So a couple tips on the BR. You would think that a battle rifle is good. This is what Tanner's written down, and I completely agree. You would think that these are like, oh, it's like the semi-auto, big fat bullets. These are built for like long range. Maybe in the teams, maybe in the core, maybe in real life that's true. Not in this game, though. They're fucking way worse at long range than at like medium close range even, which is not realistic at all. But the reason that's the case is because they take a lot of bullets if they're far away to land, and good luck landing a lot of shots far away in this game with this bullet velocity and this damage drop off. It's not easy. It's hard. You'd rather just use an AR to shoot someone far away, or a sniper. And also, the magazine sizes in general for at least two of these guns is dog shit. So the F-TAC Recon has a 10-round mag by default, an absolute maximum magazine size of 15 rounds. So good luck getting a long shot with the F-TAC Recon when you need to land 5 bullets to get a kill, and your magazine is 15 bullets. Hey, I hope you're cheating. I hope you're cheating if you plan on doing that, because it's just not going to work. It's a dog shit gun.
I swear the F-TAC, you either get 5 hit markers to their chest, or you hit them once in their head from 200 meters and they somehow die. It is weird. It is a really weird gun to use. I feel like
so that's one thing about the BRs, is one of the advantages of them is their headshot multiplier. I don't know what it is, but it's fucking high. Yeah. If you're able to get in one headshot, then even a long shot is going to be like 2 bullets probably, which would not be the case for an AR. So that's one of the ways they've attempted to make this a passable gun at long range. It's not. You're not hitting headshots at long range. That's the thing. But if you get lucky and hit one, then yeah, it's definitely doable. But again, good luck. I hope you're cheating. So yeah. You would think you should level these in Invasion or Ground War, because you'll be able to create more distance and that'll make it easier for you to win gunfights. You're fucking wrong. Play 6s. It's faster to level them in 6s because you're just not going to kill people far away with a battle rifle. It's not possible.
Yeah,
and if you're able to do it, then you would be farming with it in 6. Then you're on the CDL. You're in the CDL if you're able to do it. So at that point, you might as well play 6s. It'll still be faster for you. Because if you can kill people far away with a battle rifle, you can fucking rape people up close. Because they're better up close. So level them in 6s. Don't get baited into that. That is absolutely true. That's what Tanner's
great category to
totally
pop a double XP token, by the way.
An excellent
launchers,
category.
melee, battle rifles, the top 3 to use double XP on, I would say.
That is correct, and I would say in that order. If you have a limited number of double weapon XP tokens, the first thing they should be used on is launchers. The second thing is the riot shield. And then the knife is just cringe, and I don't like knifing, but it's not hard to level.
Don't use it on the knife, actually.
I wouldn't use it on a knife, unless
really
you have
easy to level
things to spare. You should use it on the FTAC recon first. If I haven't been clear, you want to be done with this as quickly as possible. It is only slightly less dog shit to get platinum than like Estrella, which we'll get into. I'm not joking.
I think you were molding harder doing the FTAC recon than any of the launchers, maybe.
Because at least with the fucking Strela, I knew it was gonna suck. But with a gun, getting long shots with a gun, I didn't think was going to be such a chore. But turns out it was,
Yeah, and it was
expectations.
This is what I was saying. Battle rifles just don't have a place in the game, because they're insane up close, but then you're still going to lose most gunfights to an SMG, shotgun, AR, unless you mix a headshot in on accident. And then they're dog shit at range, and you'd rather have a marksman rifle or a sniper that ADS quicker, have less recoil, kill in one shot. There's just no place for guns like that in most video games because they are difficult to balance. I will give them that. It is pretty much they're either insane at medium and long range, and then marksman and sniper rifles are useless, or they're like how they are in this game. They're just frustrating and dog shit for the most part.
I agree.
Yeah.
And like you said, to be fair to the devs, it would be very hard to balance a battle rifle in a Call of Duty game. Like, how do you do that? I think the best, I don't know. I would love to talk about that. We eventually will. We'll save that discussion for another time, though. So anyways, on to the tips. Yes, for leveling it and for getting the camos, play 6s. Play Kill Confirm to level it, I would recommend, and then play Hardpoint to do challenges for it. Camo tips, specifically, you're going to need to get kills, ADS kills, mounted kills, suppressor kills from behind,
one-shot kills,
long shot kills, prone kills, and then the 3 streaks. So pretty standard stuff here. The easiest ones are obviously suppressor kills and the ADS kills. The point blank kills, you have to do that with the SCAR.
Yeah.
Which is the only good gun in this category. That, I don't remember doing it. That's how easy it was.
Oh, you need 15 of them, yeah.
So I did this, and I do remember doing it, actually, the point blank kills. So here's another thing. Point blank kills, they mean it. If you're at 5 meters and you get a kill, that was not a point blank kill. If you're at 4 meters and you get a kill, might be a point blank kill. The safest thing to do is enter somebody and then get a kill, and then it'll be a point blank kill.
Yeah.
You have to be extremely close. And this is not category dependent. Every single gun is the same point blank range. I think it's literally less than 4 meters away. Or 3 meters. It's one of those two, but it's not even 5. You have to be really close. So, but luckily you only have to do that with the SCAR, which is the TAC V in this. Excuse me. I get these mixed up. It's the TAC V, yeah. In this game, and that gun is fucking insane, and it's super fun. That's a really good gun. You won't have problems doing anything with that. All the challenges are fairly straightforward. The only thing I would say is the long shot specifically. Again, I tried doing this in Ground War because, like in MW19, for every AR or battle rifle in that game, it was far and away easier to get long shots done in Ground War than in 6s. That is just not true in this game with battle rifles.
Because the guns have a lot more recoil in this game in general.
They have a lot more recoil. They have a lot more bullet drop. They have a lot less velocity, so they have more travel time. And again, when I'm not kidding. So usually you're not going to get 4 hit markers with the FTAC Recon. But I did once, and I could not believe it. I was fucking lighting some guy up. I got 4 fucking hit markers on someone with the F-TAC Recon. And then I said, okay, I guess I'm not doing this in ground war. Because, by the way, 4 hit markers means I probably shot 8 bullets, which means I have 2 bullets left in my mag. And it's not a quick reload speed either, by the way. So of course I didn't get that long shot. He probably just looked at me and sneezed with an SPR out, accidentally pulled the trigger, and I died. That's probably how that ended. So I didn't even get the long shot. I just got 4 hit markers and yeah. So do everything in 6s. But yeah. Let's see. So again, yeah, just do literally everything with all of these in 6s. And the long shots are annoying. You need to get 25 long shots each. This is inarguably what took the most time of all the challenges with these guns. Because you pretty much have to do them in 6s, but it's kind of hard to get to that range in 6s a lot of times. And with how common the SPR is, you kind of get fucked on fairly often if they see you. It's not the end of the world. Doesn't take that long. It's not that bad. Just don't do it in ground war. I promise you it'll take you longer in ground war. Yeah. As soon as I went to 6s, I was getting way more progress with the F-TAC Recon, and I got 10 long shots inside of 2 matches of 6s. It's annoying. You're going to have to play cringe. You just like stand on the edge of the map. You'll find little angles. But it's like 38 meters and beyond is a long shot for the battle rifles. Here's another pro tip, by the way. If you are playing hardpoint, which I recommend, in hardpoint, the game will tell you how many meters away the objective is. So if you know a long shot's 38 meters, you can use this information to make sure you're getting a long shot. So if you're like literally looking at the hardpoint and you want long shots and you're 30 meters away, obviously back up till it's at 40, 45 to be safe, and you'll get your long shots. You can use that objective marker to gauge how far away you are to ensure you're getting those long shots. So I've talked about the F-TAC Recon. Hate it. Use the TAC V in full auto. This is the SCAR. It's so fun. It's so good. I barely remember getting it gold. That's how fast and fun it was. I was just frying.
Yeah, I've heard this gun is really good.
It's no problem. It's a treat. It's the opposite of the F-TAC Recon. It's literally the polar opposite. It's the most fun gun I've gotten gold by far so far. So you put that sucker in full auto. The Lockman 7.62 I would also put in full auto. I think the default mag is 20 rounds, which is enough. And then you could put extendos on that sucker if you want. For the SO14 and the F-TAC Recon, use these in semi-auto. They have little baby mags. They have a lot of recoil. They're shit in full auto. Don't try it. And they do more damage in semi-auto because Infinity Ward. So there you go.
Yeah, we had said that on the Thursday pod, but just so you guys are aware again.
Yes.
That literally they deal less damage per shot if the gun's in full auto. So whatever one ends up working best for you, use that.
So there you go. That is battle rifles. Now, moving on, next category, submachine guns. Tanner.
We have almost nothing to say. I have not set up an SMG class literally once. My max level SMG is level 3 on one of them, and that's because I used it for a little bit when we played Spec Ops. I'm saving these for a bit as they'll be a ton of fun to grind in 6s. Things I've noticed from using them, I've picked up quite a few of them when I've killed people just to try them out here and there. SMGs in this game have a ton of damage drop off and hit markers are their hit marker machines at range. I think this would all be better off done in 6s, like leveling it and everything. I don't think you should even try these in ground or invasion because the damage drop off is steep. I'm talking like I seriously got like
support
8 hit markers or so at probably like 30-40 meters. So these may end up being a little annoying when you have to do the long shots later on. By then hardcore will be out, so I'll just play hardcore. It'll be an absolute breeze. But as of right now, I don't know if I'd level these up too much. You know, they're fun guns to use, but I'm saving them for later for sure. They'll probably be the last category I end up doing. You're going to do ARs last. I'll probably do SMGs last. But yeah, I don't think there's a bad SMG. They all seem either viable or really good. Insane movement speed, you know, great mobility, pretty good ADS, time, straight speeds across the board. Not amazing, but they feel good. And kind of just glancing through the challenges here for them, since I haven't used them, all pretty simple. Hip fire kills, mounted, suppressor, ADS.
None of these
nothing
difficult.
hard there at all. Point blank kills. All of those are simple. SMG category with AR, going to be one of the easiest to do. Again, only thing that'll give you trouble is later on when you do the platinum challenges, which are long shots. That'll probably be the hardest thing to do. And even that will not be difficult at all. So
correct.
No real tips there. Like ARs, use it and get kills them if you want to level it up.
Yeah, this is also going to be pretty straightforward. The only caveat, as Tanner said, is long shots are going to suck with an SMG if you're trying to do them in core. There are certain things that I am just not touching until hardcore comes out, tier 1. SMG long shots in particular is one of them. I would strongly not recommend you guys do anything in hardcore with SMGs. I wouldn't level them in hardcore because I don't hate myself. I wouldn't do any of the challenges in hardcore with SMGs. I think it's going to be way easier in core, with the only exception being long shots you should absolutely do in hardcore. So if you're like working on SMGs right now, my advice, get them gold, chill, wait for hardcore to come out, work on other shit. As soon as hardcore comes out, it'll be way easier to do the long shots because the damage drop off is fucking insane in this game for, I feel like, every gun, but it's very noticeable, probably most noticeable with SMGs, which I support. This is a great way to balance an SMG that some games did poorly. Black Ops 4 is a good example. SMGs were kind of just the best gun to use on every map because the damage drop off wasn't enough. So you would just fuck people with like way better mobility than an AR, way faster fire rate than an AR, no real downsides. But the way to balance that out is a steep damage drop off. So SMGs are going to be really good up close, not very good far away. It's a great way to balance an SMG, so I support that. But anyways, yes, if you're going for platinum, I would wait for the long shots till hardcore. Everything else do in core, very straightforward. So next is shotguns. Leveling tips. Once again, this is again, I would say definitely do 6s. They're shotguns. You have to be inside of people. Obviously 6s is going to be by and large more straightforward because people will be closer to you in general. So I've been leveling these in Kill Confirmed once again, and then doing challenges in Hardpoint. I have gotten the first shotgun gold, the Lockwood 300. So the camo, the challenges are kills, hip fire kills, point blank kills, suppressor kills, one shot kills, mounted kills, ADS kills, crouch kills. So a note on what does a one shot kill mean? It does not mean you kill someone in one bullet. It means it means you kill someone who is full health in one shot. So if someone's weak and then you shoot them with a shotgun once and kill them, you will not get a medal. This is not a problem though. It's very easy to one-shot people that are full health. And the camo challenge and the medal one shot, one kill on your screen do seem to correspond. So if you see the medal, you've gotten some progress on the camo. But there will be times where you shoot someone, kill them in one shot, and you don't get the medal. It's because they were weak already. But however, it's very easy to do. You don't have to worry about any of these. Pretty straightforward challenges there.
Probably the worst one there is doing mounted kills, and even that's not bad. You just have to, as you said earlier, use a deployable cover, right?
Correct. Yes. So that both of those things are true. Mounted kills were the most cringe for the Lockwood 300. You got to get 20 of them. It is the only gun you need to get mounted kills for in the shotgun category, which is nice. And that shotgun has more range than any of the other ones. So it's not that big of a deal. It's annoying, but it was fine. It's not that hard to do. So long shots is one thing I have not worked on with the shotguns. But as I said earlier, the long shot range for shotguns seems to be pretty fucking close.
Really? That's good.
I will say, though, I expect for like the Expedite 12, which has dog shit range. long shots to be kind of annoying. And this might be another category, at least for particular shotguns, where I wait for hardcore to do long shots.
I think so.
I can't confirm that yet, but if you're this will not be hard with the Lockwood. The double barrel, you can snipe people, no fucking problem.
That's 725, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This is no problem to get this won't be a problem to get long shots on. That thing fucks. And another thing I haven't tried is there is an attachment for all these shotguns where you can use a slug instead of like a pellet. What's it? A shell with pellets in it.
Yeah.
I haven't tried this. I have PTSD from the slugs in MW 2019 with just the worst hit reg ever. But that, like for the Expedite 12, where I can imagine struggling to get long shots, it might be easier to just try slugs on that and get long shots that way in core than it would be to go to hardcore and get long shots with pellets. I don't know. That's something to consider, though. I would say if you're in general a core player and you're working on long shots with the Expedite 12, try and slap on slug rounds. See if you can get some long shots. If you're having trouble, go to hardcore. Put the pellets back in. Try it that way. But by and large, easy. Shotguns are good in this game. I'll also add, I'm shocked I'm not seeing more of them with how good they are. Because I was fucking farming with the 725. It is fun. Now it's only 2, shells, obviously. So here's another tip, by the way. When you are working on the Lockwood 300, it is a requirement you run the fast hands perk because you have to reload after pretty much every single shot. You only have a 2-round magazine, as it were. So run fast hands. It considerably speeds up that reload time of putting in the 2 new shells, which you're going to be doing all the fucking time. Fast hands makes this a lot better. So run that as well. So there you go. That's it. So now on to LMGs. I literally have not picked up an LMG yet. I'm not kidding.
I haven't even picked one up. I think all of mine are level 1. I don't see anyone
using them ever, which is bizarre to me.
I see them in ground war.
I've died to an LMG twice, literally.
Yeah, you don't see them in 6s at all. I see them in ground war a lot, though, because that's a... Battle rifles, marksman rifles, and LMGs are LARPer guns for sure. So that's what all the former Marines are using in ground war. Yeah, mounted on a roof using an LMG. Yeah, so I have absolutely nothing to say on this other than it's just a slower AR with better damage at range and worse mobility. So it's pretty much the same challenges. They won't be hard. I just don't want to do them because I don't like using LMGs ever. But that will not be a tough category. They do require, one of them requires 10 point blank kills. Not that bad. Build it for hipfire, every hipfire attachment. Lay prone a lot, crouch a lot, just wait for people. You can get 10 point blanks in one game of 6s. Other than that, a lot of mounted, suppressor kills, double kills.
Yeah, easy shit.
Crouch kills, easy. Yeah, LMG will not be a hard category. Long shots later on will be easy. It'll be right up there with ARs.
Yeah, for sure.
In terms of difficulty.
Sorry, one thing I will say, in general, by the way, for a lot of these challenges, camping is going to be your friend for a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
And I wish we had mentioned this earlier. I just didn't think about it until now. So if you need point blank kills, it's a lot fucking easier to get a point blank kill by running Ghost, sitting in a random corner, and waiting for someone to just run past you and kill them, than it's going to be trying to run around and pushing into people to get a point blank kill. It's way easier and faster to camp a lot. Just go to random corners, sit behind random doors, not totally random, obviously, but you know what I mean, and do it that way. That's going to be the easiest way in general to get your 3 kills without dying streaks done, especially if you have 2 kills. Just wait for some guy to run past you and kill him. Or pre-aim an angle, so where even if they're going to be looking at you, you have first shots on. Particularly in this game with the rather slow pace of every possible action, it's going to be difficult to be running around and competing with people who are camping. You should be the camper instead. This makes again, crouch kills, it's way easier to just be chilling while crouched. Prone kills, just fucking lay down anywhere and you'll get a kill, like for sure. No one can kill you. You're invincible for the first 1 second of a gunfight with every new opponent if you're prone. No one looks on the ground. So just camping for like prone, for the crouch kills, for the mounted kills. Obviously you can't move while you're doing that. Kills from behind is another one. Just camp, just like sit in a door and hope people run past you. Don't be afraid to camp to do a lot of these challenges. Even like double kills sometimes I would camp for. If you're playing like objective mode, you know?
Yeah. And this is another thing I've said a lot too. This is why the games play so much worse on launch. This is why day one of the MW2 beta, like early access for PlayStation, played so much different than the final day of the open beta. People start learning stuff. They play different ways. It's the same thing with all these challenges. In like 2 months, people like me, I won't be sitting in corners trying to get a back shot, you know? Not that I do that a lot anyways, but I'm doing it now occasionally. That's why the game will play a lot different in a couple months, because a lot of people will be past all these bullshit challenges and they won't be playing like that anymore. This also creates like the really slow-paced gameplay, or this adds to the slow-paced, gameplay that we're seeing currently in Modern Warfare 2.
True, for sure.
So that's a lot of your frustration as well.
Yeah. Moving on next, we got Marksman rifles.
Yeah. So the SPR is the best close range gun in the game. It's better than SMGs. It's better than shotguns. This is a great category to use and have fun with. I would not use a double XP. I would play the game and use them. You can do these in sixes or ground war. I used mine in ground war and leveled it up to a certain point until I had a bunch of rechambering speed and ADS speed attachments, and then I went to sixes. I don't think it's possible to build any other gun category or gun in the game to ADS as quick as an SPR does. Like, it is absolutely instant. I don't think you can even build SMGs to ADS that fast. So these are really fun to do. That's why every single lobby has 3 people in it if you're playing sixes using an iron sight SPR. You get insane aim assist with it. You have a bullet rechambers so quickly. It kills in one shot. It can. It's not always one shot. But it's a really, really good gun, and it's very fun to use. So Marksman rifles in general go between sixes and ground war. Some of them you'll start getting a lot of hit markers at range. And then also with the SPR, I've used 2 of them. I have 2 of the guns gold in that category. The SPR and the SP... let me see. The
Arms.
SP... No.
X?
Where is it? Where are Marksman rifles?
Where are
LMS? It's the SAB. I have the SAB and the SPR. They both have quite a bit of drop at range. So you start going for like long range kills on ground war and realize you're not getting them. That's why I switched to sixes, and I was fucking farming people. Because of how fast it ADSs. You can just... With the slow everything in this game, ADSing, jumping around a corner, having really slow ADS, you can catch a lot of people off guard and then be dead to your SPR before they can even react, let alone ADS. So I thought that worked really well there. And then you have something to say about the leveling?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So here's another general tip, and it applies here. So again, another thing we kind of forgot at the beginning. As you embark on your Orion journey, one thing to keep in mind is that if a gun is very clearly overpowered, you might want to get it gold while it's really fucking good, because it'll be easier. I did this a lot in Cold War. I did this a lot in MW 2019 as well. There are clear, dominant, overpowered guns sometimes. This always happens on launch. So in MW 2019, it was... there were 2. One of them was the 725.
Yeah, it was OP for 3 months.
Yes. And another one was the M4. And we all know we all knew eventually these guns are going to get nerfed. So it's probably a good idea to get it gold now before it gets nerfed, because it's going to make it easier to get it gold. Duh. SPR absolutely falls in this category. You should get it gold now because it will get nerfed. And if you haven't gotten it gold by then, it's just going to make it harder for you for no reason. So in general, when guns are overpowered, get them gold while they're overpowered, because they will change. So that is one thing I would say in particular for the SPR. In terms of the challenges, let me take a look here, because I have not started working on these yet. Kills, crouch kills, kills from behind with the fucking MK2.
That's probably the worst challenge of all of them.
The MK2 is complete and utter dog shit in this game. I have not worked on like camos for it, but I've fucked around. I've leveled it a bit. It fucking sucks, dude. It's really bad. It's not a good gun. It's fun to use. It's cute. I feel like I'm in a Christmas story with my fucking Red Ryder I got for Christmas, but it's not good. It's not a good gun at all.
You need point blanks too for it.
Oh,
that's the worst gun easily.
It's going to be awful. Yeah, it has the worst challenges, and it's the worst gun in the category. That's unfortunate. So yeah,
that may end up being a hardcore gun. We'll see.
It's possible. Jacob Down Syndrome, friend of the program, did do this in core. So it's possible to do in core, and Jake's not very good. So if he could do it, I think most of us could. But yeah, like for long shots with the Mark II, you actually might want to wait for hardcore. That's going to apply to like some of the guns in general, because you need long shots for pretty much everything for platinum, except for like launchers and melee. So
yeah,
if you're having a lot of trouble with long shots for any particular category, wait until hardcore and it'll be easier to get long shots, because every gun is one bullet in hardcore.
I wonder if the MK2 though, if it's a headshot at far ranges too, if you have like the right attachments on it, like damage range attachments or something. I'm just wondering if you can use it with like a sniper scope and like kill people on roofs in ground war or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
it all depends what that one shot headshot range is.
True.
But yeah, so on to some camo tips. Prone kills are one of them. Again, play slow, lay in random spots where people don't expect it. You piss people off, you could easily get all 10 of them done in a game of sixes. I wouldn't play ground war with this because half the lobby's on a roof, so you can't really lay prone and kill people on a roof that way. So play sixes for that. You can also, of course, drop shot real quickly. Drop shotting works pretty well in this game. Build the guns for fast ADS because they seem to mostly one-tap to the head either way. And as I said earlier, there can be lots of bullet drop at range, so be sure to compensate for that. You really have to aim high above their head if they're across the map if you're playing ground war. Not as big of an issue in sixes, but in ground war, if you're wondering why you're not getting hit markers, it's because you aren't aiming 8 feet above their head like you have to. And then again, same thing, double kills with marksman rifles. They can be a little annoying, a little more frustrating. Something like the SPR, though, there's no problem. Again, play sixes for double kills, I believe. You kind of get baited into thinking like, oh, ground war is like up to 32 other players on it. I can easily get double kills. It's not always the case. I think for most of the double kill challenges, sixes is just better overall. Players spawning close to each other and then running out of their spawn area if you're playing hardpoint or sixes, your team will kill like 3 or 4 at once. Then they'll all spawn in a back corner, they'll start coming out. You can get easy double kills that way. Mount up, just play slow with these again. Play like a little dirty rat pig.
Little piglet, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's about it for the marksman rifles from me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So moving on in a very similar vein, sniper rifles. I've used these a fair amount. I've not worked on any camos for them though, but they are good weapons. Keep in mind that if you're like sniping in ground war, you will be getting a lot of hit markers. So I actually don't know if it would be easier to just set up a sniper for fast ADS and play it in sixes, or to set it up traditionally and play in ground war. Not sure on that. I will say I leveled up the MCPR 300, change it, to max level without working on any camos very early on in Ground War. And while you do get a lot of hit markers, you do also get a lot of one-shot kills. It's probably, at least for that gun, upper torso / headshot, one-shot at any range. So that's good and still quite effective. I would imagine it's still probably going to be easier to use these in Ground War in general than in 6s, to be honest. I don't see snipers in 6s, but it's possible that's only because the SPR exists, and once that gets nerfed, snipers would be better in 6s built for speed than they would be in Ground War built for range. Although I doubt that's true. It's possible.
I don't think so. Yeah.
It's something to keep in mind, though.
The heavy snipers in this game, the actual snipers, not marksman category, do seem to be very slow. By default, they have very long range scopes on them. That's why you see so many people like it literally sitting in their spawn with it in Ground War on a roof somewhere. So I think I'm actually going to start snipers today. Probably I was going to start working on platinum ARs, but I think I do want to start leveling up some heavy snipers and see how those feel. So I am planning on doing that in Ground War only. I think they're too slow for 6s in general. You'd probably have to level them up quite a bit and start leveling up a lot of the snipers to get different attachments for the one you don't want to use to have better mobility in general. So I think this is going to be a Ground War or invasion only thing. Probably be really good for invasion, by the way. Especially for like the
leveling, for sure.
Heavily armored AI that you can get like maybe a one-shot headshot on, where they normally take like 3 shots with an AR to the head to kill. If you can one-tap them in invasion, that could be insane leveling. We haven't tried that yet, but
yeah, for sure. So on to the challenges here. And again, full disclosure, we have not done any challenges for snipers yet, but we have some insights here. Here are the challenges. Kills, obviously. For 3 out of 4 of them, you need to get 10 kills, 10 times for 3 out of 4 of the snipers. You need to get 2 kills within 10 seconds. So this is easier significantly than a double kill, but still somewhat challenging. This is probably gonna be pretty fucking easy, to be honest.
Yeah, it's only 10 of them. If this is 25, this could be very annoying. 10 though, that's pretty simple.
Yeah. 10 seconds.
2 games max of Ground War.
And yeah, and one thing to consider, by the way, this should be at the front of your mind whenever we're talking about Call of Duty or an FPS or something. When you say 10 seconds in normally, that's you're implying like instantly, basically. Like, okay, like, all right, hurry the fuck up, we gotta go, get in the car. It's like, okay, give me 10 seconds. That's like, okay, that's like no time at all. In a fucking first-person shooter video game, 10 seconds, if you're actually counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, that's a long fucking time. You got a fair amount of time to get 2 kills. So keep that in mind. So this is why ADS speeds are measured in milliseconds. I mean, the difference between ADSing in 200 and 250 milliseconds is fucking massive. This means nothing most of the time in your day-to-day life, but 1 full second in an FPS game is a long fucking time. So keep that in mind. 10 times getting 2 kills in 10 seconds, it's not going to be that bad. 10 seconds is a long fucking time. So just, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Prone kills, super easy. One-shot kills, again, super easy. You will have to get hip fire kills with the MCPR 300. Cringe, but not going to be that hard. I mean, put a bunch of hip fire accuracy attachments, play 6s and barrel stuff people.
Yeah, it's
going to be a one-shot kill at any range. Or excuse me, not at any range, at that range. So if you get a hip fire hit marker, you'll kill them. That's not going to be very hard. It'll be kind of annoying though. And then suppressor kills, just trivially easy. Mounted kills, trivially easy. Long shots, trivially easy. This shit's all going to be super simple. This is arguably going to be the easiest category, actually. The 2 kills in 10 seconds is the only one that, not that it's necessarily difficult, but you do have to have, there is like some element of like luck. Like you have to be able to see 2 people inside of 10 seconds, you know? So yeah, but I think this category is going to be very easy and straightforward. All of it's done in core. All of it's done in Ground War, with the possible exception of the hip fire kills, which could be done in Ground War if you want, but
yeah, it definitely take longer. Yeah. This is a great category, by the way, to not overlook and level up if you're planning on playing Warzone Day 2. Because I've been saying this for a while. I really think snipers are going to be an early meta in Warzone. If they basically transfer over exactly how guns work into the launch of Warzone 2, damage drop-offs, bullet velocities on all fully automatic guns and recoil, it's pretty bad across the board. I really think snipers are going to be insane day 1 of Warzone 2. So I would work on this category and make sure they're at least fully leveled, all of them. Snipers, I think, are going to end up being meta over like marksman rifles would in this game. Like a heavy long-range sniper. And don't forget, OG Warzone as well. Same thing. Heavy, slow HDR was the meta sniper.
Correct.
So be on the lookout for that.
Yes.
It's funny you say the thing about kills in 10 seconds, because when I was trying to get kills with a riot shield, I got a kill and I started counting down 10 seconds. You're absolutely right. You can move really far in 10 seconds in a video game when you're counting down. You can leave your building and completely go to another building and stand still for 2 seconds, and then someone runs in and get the kill. That's a lot of time. It's not as hard as it sounds.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it for the snipers as well.
Yeah, pretty much. That's going to be a very straightforward category for most of you. So moving on now, pistols, pistolas, as I like to call them. Wait. Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
sorry.
what, man?
Nothing. Pistols. Yeah. So pistols is one category I have not touched, and I don't think I mentioned this, but there are a couple of things I'm just waiting for hardcore to come out to do. Pistols is one of them. Riot Shield's another one. And then long shots with like SMGs is another one. I might be forgetting something. I think that's probably about it. But pistols is, again, one of them. Leveling these, I think it's just going to be easiest in hardcore. I will say, however, it's probably going to be easier to level the Deagle, the .50 GS as it's called in this game, in core. I've had this as my second. Now that I'm done with launchers, you have to have a secondary. So I've just had a Deagle. I've kept that thing on me. And particularly, by the way, I'm working on shotguns right now. So I want a pistol that has range. So the Deagle is the one that has the most. And I've been fucking barking at kids with this sucker. It's a lot of fun. It's not like a good gun. You're not going to beat an SPR, but it's workable. And the Deagle is a 2-shot kill in core. You shoot, I would imagine, pretty much anywhere. I've never gotten more than one hit marker with a Deagle before someone's dead. Not once in core. So I'm 99% sure it's just a 2-shot kill. And it is a 1-shot headshot at any range where you're going to hit a pistol headshot. I've gotten a long shot, I think at most 55 meters on Tarak yesterday with a Deagle. Just one deeg that sucker. This is, of course, the phrase one deeg. It's because that this thing will be a 1-shot headshot in most video games. I think that comes from CSGO. One deeg, that phrase. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, one deeg.
That is the one pistol where it might be faster to just level that sucker in core. But I'm not sure, because a Deagle will definitely be a one-hit kill anywhere, at any time, at any range in hardcore. So maybe that actually would be easier as well in hardcore. Not sure. For the other pistols, though, almost certainly just going to be easier to level and do camos for in hardcore. So I would consider waiting for that. If you're done with launchers, have one out, and then instead of reloading, it's always faster to switch to your pistol than reload. So just, passively get some weapon XP, work on it a little bit. Like my Deagle's level like 5 or 6, just from shooting at people too far away for me to shotgun, or switching to and finishing a kill when I'm dry on my magazine with my shot or whatever chamber barrel. I don't know what it's called when the shells are in the gun, Like my mag is dry is what I'd say on like an M4. But is my...
Got a bolt in the chamber?
Is there a bolt for like a...
Bullet in the chamber.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
It's a mag's out, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So, my deagle's like level 6 or 7 just from doing that. So just passively level it. But the challenges are kills, suppressor kills, double kills, hip fire kills, ADS kills, mounted kills, point blank kills. Oh, and then for 4 out of 5 of them, kills with akimbo.
40 or 30 kills with akimbo. That's why I see so many kids running akimbo when they have pistols. That explains it. I wasn't aware of that.
That's a lot, but also probably going to be pretty fucking easy.
Yeah, because it's just kills, yeah.
It's basically like you get to shotgun range and then do that. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be a problem. And then you will need to get 3 kills without dyings with these. Again, I think hardcore is just going to be way easier for that in general. And you only need 5 instead of 10. I'm glad. I'm happy to see that. And then 15 long shots. Absolutely, obviously, wait for hardcore to do that. Again, with the possible exception of the deagle. What are your thoughts on the pistols?
Yeah, so one thing for leveling that I was doing yesterday when we were playing Kill Confirmed, because I was using, I think, the 74U at the time, doing my Camo challenges. It was already max level. So every time I would go to pick up a dog tag, I would pull out my pistol and jump on the dog tag. So I honestly passively leveled it up.
Big brain.
3 or 4 levels in a couple hours, just from occasionally I'd have it out and someone would push me and I'd kill them with it. I'd get a few kills here and there, or I'd even hit them and then get an assist medal when someone else would kill and get some points that way. But mostly just diving on and getting the dog tags with the pistol out. So that's an excellent way, I think, to kind of passively level it. And since I have knife and launchers done, there's no other secondary for me to run other than pistols. So now I just kind of, I use it all the time, use it for having faster mobility, and then yeah, if I get caught with it in my hands, I'll just shoot someone with it. Because the pistol, I've literally only used one. It's the first one. It's the P890. Pretty damn good. It kills in like 2 shots up close. I was shocked at how not bad it was. It only has a weird size mag, 8 rounds, I think. So it's not great. I don't want to have to get 3 kill streaks without dying. In core, I'm going to do that in hardcore for sure, but they're not terrible, so I'm going to start passively leveling those. But yeah, I won't focus on that for a while. Probably hardcore leveling it, or if we end up getting more double XP tokens, I'll probably just do it that way, just to get them all leveled, not have to use them as often.
Yeah,
because they're not terrible. They're just not real fun to use. It's
another thing where, like, if you have some to spare after launchers and riot shield are done, and the FTAC recon, then use them on pistols. It's actually probably better to use, especially if you don't like hardcore. It's probably better to use the double weapon XP tokens on pistols actually before battle rifles. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, hardcore pistols is very fun to use. Honestly, using pistols in hardcore is probably more fun than having to use most of the battle rifles in core. It's a lot of fun. We fucking love doing this category in MW2 2019, both of us, surprisingly. That was seriously ended up being one of the most fun categories we did. I did not want to play hardcore. We went into it, started doing it. You get very frustrated at first. You kind of just have to play it out, do it all in hardcore. So don't do one of your pistols and then go back to core and do another gun. Just stick it out, play hardcore for like a day or 2, get everything done, and you'll end up not hating it as much by the end of it, because it'll be pretty fun. And the people are shitters that play hardcore. They're not good because hardcore players aren't good.
Correct. And you can see our video on that.
Does not take skill to play hardcore. Yes.
Yes. Another tip for hardcore, by the way, I would strongly urge you and consider running stims, because there is no health regen in hardcore. So if you're weak, you can stim, you'll have full health. Stims are not very good in core. But in hardcore, they can heal you, and nothing else will, including waiting. So that's something to keep in mind if you don't want to use the decoy grenade weapon XP strat. I don't know what would be more worth it. I'll have to play and see how often I would care to stim. It's probably going to be the case I'll run decoys with the pistols in hardcore until I have all the challenges unlocked for that particular gun. And then once I don't need to level it anymore, I'll switch to stims to just do better.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was doing too. Is I would throw decoys with the pistol out and then run around with it for a little while and get some points with it.
I'm glad you mentioned that, 'cause that's something I've been doing too, but I just didn't think to mention it. So yeah, so there you go. And then melee. This is a dog shit category because of the riot shield. This is where you will absolutely want to do. It doesn't even really make sense to talk about this as a category. There are two melee items, the riot shield and the combat knife. These are different. For the knife, play sixes, stab people. Congratulations, you have
play
Orion.
Anything and stab people. Yeah,
I mean, it's really simple. Easy. The challenge, the basic challenge is to get 50 kills. It's a one-hit kill. You play core, you run dead silence, which doesn't really matter, but you can. You don't need a fucking muni, obviously. And then you could also run like smokes, so you get closer to people before they start shooting you. And run ghost as well, so you can sneak up on kids, counter UAV, all that shit, and stab people. You need 50 kills for the basic camo challenge. Super easy. 2 kills without dying for the gold. Super fucking easy with a knife. Super straightforward. For platinum, it's 2 kills in 10 seconds. Super fucking easy. And then for the polyatomic challenge, it's going to be 20 behind kills. Kills from behind. Super fucking easy. This is going to be arguably the easiest weapon in the game to do all the challenges for. I will quickly mention, by the way, every single platinum challenge for every gun besides launchers and melee is long shots. And every single polyatomic challenge for every gun besides launcher and melee is 25 headshots. So keep that in mind. Anyways, for the knife, trivially simple. Play sixes, stab shit. Done. The riot shield is what needs attention. So leveling this, obviously pop a double weapon XP token. If you're a sane person, then you don't want to be using the riot shield. You want to use it as little as possible. This is the first thing you should be popping tokens for. You don't unlock the challenge till level 11. There's only one basic camo challenge, and it is to get 40 kills. What I have done is the ground war vehicle strategy for the riot shield. I am not going to run around fucking killing bots by bopping them like an asshole. That
takes fucking forever. Yeah.
That's an insane thing to do. The best way to level a riot shield is to have one out, get into a tank, kill shit with the tank. You'll be getting weapon XP for the riot shield. Decoy grenade strat works for the riot shield. Picking up dog tags works for the riot shield. So you could run overkill while you're working on something else if you want to passively level something and do it with a riot shield. Like Tanner was just talking about with the pistols, you could do that with a riot shield as well. I would strongly encourage you to do so. This is the way to get it to level 11. Once it's level 11, 40 kills is the basic camo challenge. You can do it in core. Tanner will have more to say on this topic. I'm waiting for hardcore, where it will be a 1 bop kill. And then you're going to need the 2 kills without dying 10 times. Straightforward. 2 kills in 10 seconds. Straightforward. 10 from the back kills. Straightforward. Now I'm waiting till core to do hardcore to do all of this. But for hardcore and for core, there are some tips you can keep in mind. Cope had a big brain idea, which Tanner has emulated successfully. Tell us about it, man.
So yeah, to start with, I didn't catch if you said this at the beginning. This is absolutely a category you want to use your double XP tokens for. This and launchers are the 2 main ones you want to use double XP. Not the knife, just the riot shield. I probably got a total of 5 kills with my riot shield itself by the time I had hit level 11, because I did the ground war tank strat. You can also do the invasion tank strat or vehicle strat and kill bots that way. The only thing with the invasion strat is the vehicles don't spawn in until like late into the game. So ground war, you can get a lot of just kills and points in general by using the APC or tank. So my tips are play ground war. I think almost all of my riot shield
for
kills.
Camos or leveling?
for camos.
Interesting. Okay.
For camos, I did a lot of my right shield ones in ground war, almost all of them, and then I went to 6s just to kind of compare and see how that worked, and did some of those in 6s as well. So for ground war, specifically Syed, which I'm coming to learn is almost the only ground war map that I actually enjoy. You play around the C flag the entire time. You're going to use smokes, and you're going to wait for people to push. You're going to sit in corners. You're going to throw a tack insert on the ground in a random corner. You're going to sit there. You're going to watch someone run by you. You're going to throw a smoke past them so that someone else doesn't see you. You're going to run up to them in the smoke, start batting them with the right shield. As I said, players in ground war have zero reaction, ever. I'm not kidding. I will hit someone twice with the right shield and kill them, and they will still have not even turned around. They don't know what's going on. They're on their TV, their sound's muted, their kids screaming at them.
Smokes is a huge idea. If you're trying 6s, I would recommend it too, because I've gotten fucked on by smokes.
Yeah. So I got the 2 kills without dying in less than an hour doing the ground war strat. That's how I did that with the riot shield. Again, use that tack insert in random hidden corners so you can get back in the action quick, especially if your team like loses a flag or something. And you'll catch people off guard that way because you'll be spawning where they don't expect you to. So that was for the 2 kill streaks. So the kills within 10 seconds, I did a little of that in ground war. Most of that I ended up doing in 6s. And that was when, as I said early on, I got lucky enough to have some nice feeders where kids were letting me kill them with a right shield. And then I just had to go kill some other guy in the next 9 seconds and get that done.
Which would you recommend for the 2 kills in 10 seconds?
I think for the platinum challenge for the right shield, 2 kills in 10 seconds, I think I would recommend playing free-for-all. Because you have everyone else not on your team. As I said earlier as well, you hear things a lot more because there's less gunfights going on average, not like whole team shooting. People aren't getting VTOLs and gunships and chopper gunners in free-for-all. The players in general aren't very good in free-for-all. They're, again, clueless, similar to ground war. Just sit and sound whore, pop a dead silence, run, or actually no, because you're not going to use a dead silence. You're going to use tack insert. But tack insert in I was using tack insert sometimes in 6s, and it did get me some kills, because people don't expect them to be used. But dead silence also would work really well. I think I actually only used tack insert because I still had it on from ground war. Probably wouldn't choose to use that. I just used it because I never changed it.
Yeah.
I agree. So yeah, probably dead silence. But yeah, that's what I did for those challenges.
Do you think it would be easier if you had, do you think waiting for hardcore is recommended? Do you think that's easier for any of this?
I'll be honest, I was planning on waiting for hardcore, and then Cope and Jake finished theirs. I'm like, well, damn. Now I kind of want to finish mine because now I'm pissed that someone else has them. I want to get these pieces of shit done with too. So I was like, I'm just going to wait for hardcore. I finished the knife. I was like, you know what? Let's just try doing it. The knife was super fucking easy. Got the knife done. I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should just try the riot shield, see how hard it was. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I think in general it will be even quicker in hardcore. The only issue in hardcore is that you come across is you're going to die a lot to lethals in hardcore. That's something you don't really think about. You take a lot of fire damage and shit from people trying to throw a molly at your feet. And in hardcore, you're going to die a lot that way. It will probably overall be less frustrating, though, because one hit, having to do 2 hits to get 2 kills within 10 seconds is so much easier than 4 hits. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
When you're killing multiple people, that's insane. So, but yeah, surprisingly, sitting on the C flag in Syed, I would sit in random corners. There's this little jump spot right by the ammo box where you can get up on this table and you're sitting in a corner. People do not see you. So I would sit there with my right shield up. People would come in through this window. I'd watch them. They'd be ADSing, looking everywhere. I'd wait till there were a couple of them there. I'd throw a smoke and I'd kill both of them. Neither of them would ever see me.
Yeah.
So specifically Syed, if you get Serif Bay or Tarak, just back out and leave because you're not going to get any kills on either of those maps. It has to be Syed. That is the good map for doing the right shield challenges, I think. And by the way, I will give you guys my right shield setup that I used. This is the one that I had the most luck with. You're going to run for the perks extra tactical, bomb squad, because again, a lot of people will throw Semtexes, Molotovs at your feet. keep you alive a little bit longer. You're going to run resupply as your bonus perk, which is to recharge equipment over 25 seconds to use your smoke grenades, and ghost, because you want to stay off the radar. You want to be able to sit randomly in a corner because there are UAVs up constantly. You don't want someone to know where you are as you're just trying to rat with a riot shield. You have to run ghost. So, you know, you can do the hard point thing. You throw smokes on a hard point like you talked about earlier, or just use the smokes all the time in ground war. And people just don't expect it. Once you start doing that a while, in like a ground war match when they're longer, people are like, okay, if there's smoke here, this riot shield little fucking rat's probably in here. And then it kind of becomes a little bit more difficult to do. But for the start, people are not expecting it. They just see smoke. They don't think about it. And then I'm batting them in the back of the head with a riot shield.
Yeah.
And then I used Molotov grenades because I started coming across a duo that was using riot shields. They were also doing the platinum challenge because their riot shields were gold. So I was 1v2 against this little riot shield duo, and they started throwing mollies at me to kill me if they couldn't like bat me. So I'm like, well, damn, it's a good idea. I need to do that. You throw a molly at the front of their riot shield, you generally burn them and kill them most of the time.
Yeah, sticking them with Semtex or thermite would work too.
Exactly. Those also work, but molly does good. The thing I thought about molly was it kind of fucks with visibility and other things too, and people are less likely to run through it. So it kind of, I think, works better overall than just like Semtex. So that's what I use.
You're a lot happier than if you miss with a Semtex. Yeah.
And another thing with molly that I did sometimes is I would throw a molly, damage someone. I would run through my own fire, not kill me. That person would be low health. I would hit them once with the riot shield and get a kill. That was the other reason. Whereas Semtex, a lot of times you'll just get a kill. But riot shield, sometimes I would purposely kind of throw it behind someone as they were running. So it would just do a small amount of damage. Then I'd run up to them and smack them. So yeah, all of that, surprisingly, so much quicker than I thought. I think I was only working on the riot shield platinum challenge for, 2 kills within 10 seconds probably took me 60 to 90 minutes. Not nearly as bad. I literally thought that would take me 4 or 5 hours to do. So that's the only reason I got a few really quickly. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay. I went on like it was an 8 or 9 kill streak with the riot shield playing Syed using my smoke strat and everything. So I was like, well, fuck it. I already got this many done. It can't be that hard. I was planning on saving it for hardcore. Just wanted to test it out, but it was easy. So I, did the grind and it was fine. So yeah, use those smoke grenades and then, tactical insert to get better spawns. Yeah. And then again, the platinum challenge, which is the 2 kills and then 10 seconds free for all, I think is the best for that. And yeah, hey, unless you're trying to be some act like you're too good, just ask people in chat, help me boost. And if they say, okay, as long as you let me get a few back shots or whatever on, you say, all right, sure, cool. They were all cool with it when I asked people, and it got it done a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So not nearly as bad. If it's frustrating and you're getting fucking farmed, though, just wait for hardcore to come out. And again, we cannot stress this enough. Do not try to level your riot shield up by killing with it. You have to do the ground war or invasion vehicle strat and farm XP with a double XP token popped. It did not take long to level it up either. What do you think? What do you think your riot shield took to level up? Again, probably 60 to 90 minutes doing that strat, something like that, to get it to level 11.
It was
one double XP token.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I only used 1 token on it.
So it was fewer than 60 minutes. Probably 45 minutes to get to level 11, yeah.
Yeah.
Just no fucking problem at all. Yeah.
I've used 4 total hours of double weapon XP, and I have all 4 launchers and melee platinum. Mm-hmm. And I only use 4 hours.
Tokens help a lot, yeah.
They help a shit ton, yeah.
Yeah, so. And then last thing I'll say is the polyatomic challenge is kills from behind. You'll need 10 for the riot shield and 20 for the knife. Based on what I'm hearing from Tanner, kills from behind for the riot shield. For the knife, it's gonna just play anything is fine. It's fucking free. But
that's 30 minutes with a knife, yeah.
Max, yeah. But for the riot shield, it sounds like that's going to be definitely doable in ground war, especially with the smoke, or it'll be doable in free for all. I think those are both probably going to be viable strategies. 10 kills from behind is just not going to take you very long at all. That's way fucking easier than 2 kills in 10 seconds. So I wouldn't stress it at all. That's going to be the easier of the 2 challenges there. So
yeah, the kills from behind for poly, that may be something to do in hardcore though. But again, that would be really easy in hardcore ground war, which won't be a thing probably.
That will not be a thing.
So 6 is hardcore. I think getting kills from behind, sitting in a corner will be the move. But we'll update you guys in a month or so when we get to that.
Yes. So now, last category, the launchers, the most dog shit, probably. Definitely. So
the most dog shit, yeah.
So again, just like with the riot shield, the way to level these, you pop all your double wep XP tokens should be going here after the riot shield, I would say, because these are easier. The only thing harder to level than launchers is the riot shield, because it's dog shit. And launchers you can at least level by killing UAVs and shit. So regardless, the fastest way to level these is not to shoot UAVs down. It is to, again, have a launcher out, get into a tank, and kill shit. This is going to be much faster than just shooting down UAVs and counter UAVs. When I was leveling these, I did both. If I spawn and there's a vehicle, I don't know, 10 feet in front of me, and I see a UAV, number one, run spotter perk, obviously. That makes this way fucking easier.
It's a necessity, yeah.
It's a requirement, yeah. But then, yeah, I would just like, okay, there's a quick UAV. Shoot at that, get into the tank, and fucking mow down bots. Or people if you're playing ground war. This is the way to level launchers. It will take you a very, very, very fucking long time to level these to level 11 if you're only shooting down streaks. And if you're, for the Strela and the RPG, that's not even really an option. So you're gonna have to be doing this or shooting at people, which is going to be a painfully slow leveling process. So definitely use the vehicle strat for the launchers.
Also, we don't know if this is going to be a strat forever. So if you're planning on getting mastery camo, you should do the launchers now. Well, you can do this XP strat.
Yeah, we don't know if this is, yeah.
Yeah, they may hit the invasion leveling and vehicle weapon leveling hard, or it may be removed. Who knows? So do it while you can. At least get them maxed out for sure.
Yeah, for sure. For the RPG specifically, I don't know if this would be faster than, as you've said, just going into hardpoint and shooting at players. The RPG has a lot of splash damage and it really fucks on people. You can very easily kill other players with the RPG. So it might be faster to level the RPG that way. I think it's pretty close.
I did not level mine in Ground War, yeah. I did it all in 6s.
Okay. So there you go. That'll be easy to level either way. But for the other 3, yeah, definitely you're going to want to do the Ground War strat, the vehicle strat. So for the camo tips, okay. The basic camo challenge for all of the launchers, which is unlocked at level 11, is to get 40 kills. This fucking sucks. It fucking sucks, and it's shit, and there's no great super fast way to do this, unfortunately. With the RPG, this is very easy. Go play hardpoint, you'll get this done in, I'm not kidding, 3 matches. It's fucking super simple with the RPG.
Yeah. 3 matches
not
max.
A problem.
Hardpoint, yep.
Strela, a lot more dog shit because it has way less splash damage and it has a really slow reload speed and a really slow ADS speed. I did still do it in hardpoint though. And one advantage the Strela has over the RPG is you can quite literally snipe people with the Strela.
Yeah.
I got multiple headshot medals with my Strela because you put the stupid dot on their head and kill them at 40 meters. Like, literally not kidding, I did that for probably 10 of those 40 kills.
The velocity is insane on the Strela too.
Yeah, it has
sniper.
It's like 1,000 meters per second. Yeah, it's obviously not really, but it's fast. So you can snipe kids with the Strela. That makes it easier, but the disadvantage is very little splash damage. You don't have to direct impact to get a Strela kill. You definitely can get splash damage Strela kills, but it has to be like in like a 1 square meter of their character, if that, for it to be splash damage. So just aim at people's feet if they're close. Play hardpoint. Not the end of the world.
Strela, I think I got all my kills in Ground War. I don't think I even tried. It's too slow in 6. It's a slow reload. Again, use fast hands for these too if you want to reload quicker.
You use fast hands for sure, yeah. It's a requirement. Especially with the
spotter is a base perk, right?
Fucking slow. You can run both, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh wait, no, you can't. No, you can't.
Can you not?
No, you're
then
right.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
Perks.
So
depends on
what
did
I run spotter. Spotter I ran with. It was the Strela and the RPG for the later challenge that you have to do.
Yeah. So when you're working on kills, use fast hands. When you move on, use spotter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, next is the 40 kills with the Pila. The problem with like the Strela and the Pila is that you can't fire them until you've done the ADS animation. So if I like left click with a Pila, my character will aim in first and then shoot. You can't like hip fire any launchers. That's what makes these fucking annoying in sixes, which is why Tanner did the Strela kills in Ground War, because you need time to ADS. And if someone jump peeks you in sixes with a Lockman submachine gun, you're dead now. You don't have time to ADS, and you won't even be able to shoot the rocket. So what I had done, even though I did my Strela in sixes, is the way I counteracted that is just a lot of fucking ADS strafing, just being aimed in. Because if you're aimed in, then you can fire instantly. And I got, again, probably another 10 of my kills by just aiming and like walking super slow ADS strafe speed with a fucking Strela around a corner. Some guy pushing me, I can fire right away and he's dead. He'll probably land a bullet or two, but it doesn't matter. He's killed. So pre-aim a lot if you're doing it in sixes, or if you're doing it in Ground War, then, shoot at people in Ground War. That's pretty self-explanatory. The Pila I also did in sixes for the kills. It's similar to the Strela. ADS is pretty slow. It's got more splash damage, but less velocity than a Strela rocket. But I think the strategy is pretty much the same. You could play hardpoint. What did you could do Ground War 2?
I did Ground War as well for this, yeah.
Really? Okay.
I pretty much only did sixes for the RPG, which I didn't touch Ground War at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just sit on roofs, a lot of splash damage, like you said. You just have to be closer to people because it's not as accurate and, far less velocity than the Strela.
Yeah. So the thing about all of these three is that getting 40 kills is way too many. I don't know why they have it at this much. It should be 20. It should be no kills. You shouldn't have to get kills with anything except maybe the RPG, because these are all designed to shoot at vehicles and kill streaks. So cool, sick devs. But if it has to be kills, it shouldn't have been 40. It's too many. So the reality is, besides the RPG, just takes a while. Like, it just takes a while, but it's straightforward. The Joker, however, this is the dog shit launcher for the 40 kills. It fucking sucks. Because you shoot it, it goes way in the fucking air, comes down vertically, looks for heat signatures, goes toward them. The way I got kills is by playing Ground War and just shooting at little rats on rooftops, shooting into spawns, shooting totally randomly when I see red dots on UAV. You'll get a surprising amount of kills. It has a fuck ton of splash damage. It's not difficult. It's just going to take a long time for you to rack up all 40. Takes a while, but it's not hard. Just play Ground War, shoot at shit. I would not bother shooting at vehicles. Like if you see someone enter a tank, I would not bother trying to get a kill there, because they get a notification that you're locking onto them, and they also get a notification, a different one, that a missile is incoming. So people, most of the time, simply will not be in the tank anymore, and then you just wasted a rocket and all that time to not get a kill. It's not worth it. Sometimes people are just dumb and you do get kills this way, but I don't think it's worth doing. I think it's better to just shoot at like random points on the ground that you're seeing a lot of traffic through, or rooftops where if kids are like really intent on sniping, you can fuck them up, and it's deeply satisfying when you get those kills. But there's no trick to it. It just takes a long time. Some people were getting Joker kills instead in hardpoint. I have a hard time believing this is faster for just 40 kills than Ground War, but maybe. You tried it in hardpoint, right? What are your thoughts?
If the other team has the hardpoint and you fire a Joker on it and it's outside, I don't think it's possible to not kill a person. The splash damage is so wide, sure. You will almost always get a kill. So yeah, you complained a lot about the Joker. The Joker to me was a second easiest after the RPG. I would use the Joker again over the Strela and Pila all day long.
It took
Joker,
longer
I thought,
for me than both of those.
God damn, dude, Joker is so easy to get kills, I thought, because the splash damage is insane. You have a UAV up, you see some red dots somewhere on literally any ground war map, fire at it. You'll get random kills all the fucking time. Yeah. Use the ammo boxes on ground war, run Muni in sixes or in general.
Yeah.
Both. You'll get a ton of kills this way.
Deploy things in ground war too. That's another reason I like doing ground war for these, is that those exist. So you could get a free rocket or two. You get 2 rockets from that little ammo refill thing for the RPG and the Strela. You get 1 for the Pila and the Joker. There's another thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, maybe try 6s then. So what did you get the 40 kills with the Joker in?
Both. Ground War and Hardpoint.
Which do you think would be faster?
I don't know. If you have a sweaty lobby, you're not getting many kills in Hardpoint. That's the thing. And once you do it a couple times, people learn and they start looking up, and you won't get kills as often. So I don't know. Yeah. Ground War, though, there's just so many people on roofs. So probably Ground War. Probably Ground War, I think, is easier for most people.
Ground War seems like it would definitely be more consistent, too. You know?
Yeah, because there's always people camping roofs. That's what it is.
And there are some
that's the way the ground war maps are designed.
Every hard point is like in a building, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It'll be useless on a lot of the maps.
Yeah. So the gold challenge is to get 2 kills without dying with these launchers, except for the Joker, which for some reason is to get 2 kills without dying 10 times.
Smile.
Rather than 5 times. Smile. Why? Don't know. Infinity Ward, that's why. This, however, is very straightforward, in my opinion. You get a kill. You play like a complete fucking rat. Wait for another free kill. Shoot again. For the Pila, the Strela, and the RPG, same rules apply that we just talked about for 40 kills. Except this time, get a kill. Wait for your muni to recharge. Wait for the ammo box thing to be hittable again. Camp. Wait for someone else to run by, pre-aim a corner, and then get your 2 kills. Very easy. Very straightforward. I did this in literally 1 match for the RPG. Probably the Pila and probably the Strela. I don't even remember doing this for those launchers. That's how easy it was. So this is just no fucking problem. Yeah. The Joker, however, I didn't have trouble with this. Everyone else who's gotten the Joker gold has. Jake was like seething, which I found so weird.
Was he?
Lag was seething about like, oh fuck, I died. Oh! And I just didn't understand how this is possible. So here's the way to do it with the Joker. Okay. It is not, for the gold challenge at least, 2 kills without dying. It is not 10 fucking double kills. Okay. So here's the strat. Here's what I did with the Joker. Play ground war. Shoot a rocket. Hide. Wait. See if you get a kill. If you did, cool. If you didn't, also cool. That's fine. Go back out, shoot again, go camp again. Don't get your head ripped off. Be in a building and just wait for the rocket to hit. Give it 10 seconds. If you get a kill, cool. Congrats, you did it. If not, go fire again. If you take your time, this is very easy to do with the Joker also. It just takes a while. So you need to do this 10 times, the 2 kills without dying. For probably 2 or 3 of those 10, for me, I would like shoot a rocket, get a kill, shoot another rocket, don't get a kill, shoot a third rocket, don't get a kill, sit, camp, wait for my muni to be done, throw the muni down, get a rocket, shoot it again, get another kill, it's done. But it took me literally like 5 minutes, like 4 or 5 minutes of my real life, just camping, not doing anything, being bored, just waiting. Because if I had 1 kill, I wasn't going to fuck my progress trying to do it quickly. I think this is the problem Jake and Lag were having. And here's the thing. They're 9-year-olds. They're children. They're in their early 20s. They have testosterone ripping through their veins. They have the attention span of a lab rat. They can't just fucking chill out for a second and wait for another rocket. They can't do it. They're ADD brained. They're TikTok brained. If you're an adult, if you have a brain, you just wait. And this was very easy for me. It's going to take a long time. It's fucking annoying, but I mean, if you're just patient, this is not hard to do. And I don't know why the Joker is 10 and every other one is 5, but the Joker is by far going to take the longest for this, but it's not difficult. You just have to be patient, wait for your rockets, and camp, especially if you've gotten a kill. Well, only if you've gotten a kill. If you have one kill, protect your life at all fucking costs, like you're the president of the United States. Just don't go outside. Don't do anything until you're ready to shoot another rocket.
Exactly. So. If you play ground war and you fire 3 rockets with your Joker and can't get 2 kills,
unsubscribe.
Just stop even working on it, because you'll never get Orion. That's not hard to do. The Joker was fucking simple. Yeah. And like Jack said, a lot of people keep talking about this. Oh, you can get melee kills. Not once did I ever think I needed to do this. It was not hard to do. Melee kills, honestly, is more frustrating and harder than just actually killing people with the launcher. Now, when it comes to hardcore, if you wait until then, that may be a different story. Only having to hit someone one time with your launcher could be pretty easy. Or that could be easily combined too. If you play hardcore, fire your Joker once, get a kill, sit in a corner, wait for someone to run by, smack him again, boom, 2 kills without dying. Pretty easy.
So that's
worth mentioning. I never did this.
I did. So this is something I was going to mention once we got to the polyatomic challenge. But melee kills do count. Every launcher is a 2-hit melee kill, and you re-bop pretty quickly. This is an effective strategy. And I think this is because I did more 6s, more hardpoint than Tanner did, that this was relevant for me. Especially with the Strela, which reloads so slow. For my 5 of those 2 kills without dying with the Strela and the Pila, probably 2 out of 3 of them were me, like, I shoot a rocket, I kill one guy, I'm reloading, I know another one's pushing me, and I say, okay, I'm just going to try and bop him twice. And I would do it. So melee kills do count. So that's something to keep in mind if you're reloading, whatever. Now, if you've gotten a kill and you're out of rockets and you think, oh, well, melee kills count, I'm going to go run at some guy and get a melee kill. You're a fucking idiot. Don't do that. Just again, you have ADD, you're young, stop. Wait for your muni. It's easier that way for sure. But also, if you're in a pinch, melee kills do count. So that's something to keep in mind. Just unreliable. For the Platinum Challenge, you need to destroy 10, 15, or 25 of one of the 3 following things: vehicles, kill streaks, or equipment. Let me be clear. I don't know what they mean by vehicle. And I don't know what they mean by equipment either. So I thought, cool, that includes field upgrades, and that includes vehicles that people are in. That's not true. Or at least it's super buggy. So there were times where I killed a vehicle, like a tank, like some guy's in a tank, I see it smoking, I shoot an RPG at it, the tank blows up, and I get a kill. And then I get camo progress. Cool. Other times, the exact same scenario, I wouldn't. I think what happens a lot of times is you will shoot a rocket at a helicopter, for example, and it will say vehicle disabled. And then the vehicle will then, while you're reloading, crash to the earth, explode, and then you'll get more XP, and they'll say vehicle destroyed. And you might be thinking, cool. That's a vehicle destroyed. You're wrong, though. It's not. I think how it works is to get progress for the camo with vehicles, you have to not disable a vehicle, but destroy it on impact, and then you'll get progress toward it. this is not worth doing. This is not worth worrying about because for that reason, it's not, don't even try it. If that's
I think someone
works,
has to be in it too. I think someone has to be in it and you direct impact it and get the destroy on it. And I think that's what triggers it.
I believe
because I got a couple with the Strela this way.
Yes, I believe that's correct. And I would say unless it just falls in your lap, it's not worth doing.
It's not worth going for. Yeah.
Yeah. For equipment, I don't know how it works because there were absolutely times where I would destroy a bunch of munis and like some or most of them would count. And then other times where they just would not count. So I don't know what equipment means. I don't know how it works. I have no fucking idea. I do suspect that if I destroy a muni with splash damage, it doesn't count. But if I direct impact it, it does. But then Tanner said that's fake news.
From what I gathered,
it means is what I'm saying.
Yeah, during when I was using them and testing it, multiple different matches, not once did a field upgrade ever count for me. There was a munitions box. What was the other one? There's that one field upgrade where no, Proxmine is not a field upgrade.
Oh.
The one where like you walk what?
I wonder if Proxmine counts then.
Absolutely, yeah. That's most of them I got were Proxmines.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Almost all of mine were Proxmines, yeah. Proxmines and Claymores. There's the other one where like you run by it. It's the interrupter thing
Cluster
that
mine, suppression mine.
Suppression mine. That never counted either. That and munitions were the ones I could find often on ground war, and not once did it ever count. So
maybe it's
surprisingly
lethals and not field upgrades. That's what it sounds like, actually.
That's what it seems like to me. So surprisingly, if you run spotter and play ground war, you'd be shocked at how many claymores and prox mines are on the map, like back in the tall buildings where people are like camping the roof, and you can get a lot of kills this way. I tried it. It doesn't need to be direct impact. You can fire your RPG or Strela next to the prox mine. If it blows up and you get that 25 XP for destroying an equipment, that was absolutely counting for me. So yeah, I wouldn't even bother with munitions boxes because they don't seem to be working. I don't know if they're intended to work,
I think you're probably right. I think equipment
certainly
probably
don't.
just doesn't include field upgrades. That would explain why I felt like some things counted and some didn't. Because I would shoot prox mines too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly.
I think you're right. I think it's probably, you guys can test to be sure, but it's probably, equipment probably means lethals and tacticals and not field upgrades.
And these you only have to worry about running spotter with a Strela and the RPG, really. Strela, you can also destroy streaks because you have to destroy kill streaks, equipment, or vehicles is what it says. Strela, you can hit UAVs. There are videos out there you can watch. Not real easy to do, but if you run spotter, you'll find claymores, prox mines, and you can get destroys that way, blow them up, and that counts towards it. RPG was the easiest one. You only have to do that 10 times. Same thing with spotter. That took me like a ground war game and a half, I think, to find 10 prox mines and claymores. And then Pila and Joker are simple because you have to do 10 and 15, and those are lock on. Whenever they call a UAV or counter UAV, fire at it. Pila is the easiest for that challenge. Joker, obviously, those absolutely count. Joker, you'll miss a lot of the UAVs because someone will snipe it with a Pila before you get your kill off, but still, it's only 10 of them. You'll get that in a couple of games on ground war.
Ground war, yes, because there's an infinite amount of streaks for you to shoot.
Yeah.
So for those two, definitely play ground war. Yeah.
I would play at least me. I haven't tried running spotter and sixes at all, but like with RPG and Strela, even then, I don't think you'd see many prox mines and claymores in sixes.
I think you're probably right. Yeah. One thing I ended up doing with the Strela is with spotter, I would just play ground war. I would just get in a vehicle and I would just literally drive around looking for prox mines and shit.
Yeah.
And that was the easiest way. So I would do that. And then I would also try to shoot at UAVs. You'll land 1 out of 5 Strela rockets, and a UAV definitely counts for the Strela. RPGs don't even try. Only shoot at prox mines and shit, and claymores and shock charges. And that's you only need 10. That's very easy. I did that in like literally 2 matches. But the Strela, I would just drive around with spotter looking for equipment. And every time a UAV was called, I would attempt to shoot it down. I'd get, again, 1 out of 5 probably on average. It's impossible, but You can look at YouTube videos of the positioning you want for it. And it doesn't matter. It's all luck based, but I would recommend you look at the, I would recommend you look at the videos anyway. And then pay very special attention to counter UAVs, because those are kill streaks that are completely stationary in the air and they're fairly low to the ground. These are very easy to hit with Estrella, and you want to immediately stop what you're doing and hit this, because it's an easy 1 out of 25. On
the
something
counter
that,
UAV you said?
Yes, on something that doesn't move and you can definitely hit. So make sure you pay extra close special attention to those. And then a couple too are like with Estrella, you can snipe like VTOLs really easily and like chopper gunners less easily depending on the pilot. Some people are dog shit and they don't move their chopper gunner around, so you can do it easily. But like VTOLs especially, I got probably like 3 of these by just like, okay, cool, they called a VTOL, I'm just going to chill around it. Wait till I see it flare. Well, the flare doesn't matter. It doesn't work on Estrella anyway. But I would just wait until it's smoking and it looks like it's one shot, and then just snipe it with Estrella. Boom. You get the kill, and you get the progress. Yeah,
fire your AR or something at it, do some damage to it, wait for other people to shoot it, and then wait till the last second to get that snipe kill on it. It's the same thing as MW 2019, trying to destroy streaks that way.
Yes. So then the polyatomic challenge for the launchers, which we have not done yet, is 15 double kills with all of these. I'm fucking dreading this, and I'm not sure what the strat will be. I was watching Symphony, who obviously did not have hardcore available to him. The game's not out yet. And the way he was doing double kills with the Pila was playing 6's hardpoint, and he would like shoot at someone and then just try to bop the second guy.
Yeah, that's smart.
And this is double kills. It's not 2 kills within 10 seconds, which is really cringe. But with the Joker, the only possible way you're going to get a double kill is either meleeing 2 people or getting 2 kills with 1 rocket 15 times. That you can do in Ground War. I've gotten plenty of double kills with 1 rocket with a Joker, but it's not most of the time. It's probably, of all the kills I got with my Joker, probably 1 out of 10, maybe 1 out of 7 was a double kill. It's not super common. You'd have to shoot a lot of rockets. I think this would probably end up being faster by playing hardcore free-for-all, have a riot shield on your back, run around with your Joker out like an asshole, and try to just melee 2 people.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's gonna fucking suck balls, but that's probably the way to do it. RPG will be pretty easy. You could do that in core.
Yeah. I already got a bunch of double kills with that, just doing the challenges for it. Hardpoint, I think, with the RPG and core will be easy enough for doubles. I think it's funny that you have to get more double kills with a launcher than you do for streak destroys with a Joker and RPG.
It's so fucking insane.
It's like, how does that... That's also... I'm almost wondering when more people get to that point, if there will be a lot of people complaining and they'll lower that. Honestly, this should be like 5 double kills. Like, you have to get 15 double kills with 4 different launchers. Every other like gun in the game is 25 headshots. Really?
Yeah, I know.
I can get 20 headshots in 1 match if I go for them.
I know.
But 15 fucking double kills with a launcher? Jesus Christ.
Super cringe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
I'm
where the
kind of waiting
melee
for them to change that.
If you're waiting for hardcore, then obviously the melee strat's going to be good there. But if you're like trying to get these done now, I think double kills is like, even in core, you're going to want to be meleeing, honestly. Or again, playing Ground War and just hoping you get lucky with a Joker. RPG will be easy, but yeah, like, it's cringe. It's going to suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be 1 bop in hardcore. I think that's probably going to be the strat in general. Play hardcore, run around, hope you get lucky.
Throw smokes, wait for people to run by and bop them, yeah.
The same thing as the riot shield strat. Yeah, just throw smokes and bop. Yeah, probably run tracker too, so that you can see people in the smoke maybe a little bit easier.
Yeah, maybe.
Something to consider. But yeah, that's that. So, there you go. All right, so that's it. We did it, Tanner. Any other thoughts on the camo grind?
Not now. We'll update you guys when we come across some more things in the next few weeks, or when hardcore comes out and we discover some things. We'll talk about more of those. Probably at some point when we get further on and get to like completing the polyatomic challenges, I bet we'll do a little revisited episode of this, probably like on Patreon, a shorter one, maybe about the specific polyatomic challenges and tips for those, and how hardcore ended up being for a lot of these challenges, and if we were correct on thinking some of these will be easier in hardcore or not.
Yeah, we may revisit it, we may not. I don't know. We'll see.
Depends how many people end up carrying in a little while. Yeah, depends if Warzone's a flop or not, kind of.
Yeah. So anyway. All right, that's it, pigs. We hope you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching and for listening, of course. Patreon.com/thedropshot is the best way to support the program. We do 5 bonus episodes a month. We have monthly hangouts. You can get access to all of our episodes ad-free and early access. If you want to support the show, Patreon is the best way for you to do it, both for yourself and for us. We're streaming on YouTube now. We've got memberships on YouTube. That's a great way to support as well. You could become patron again. You could donate. That's great. All of these things, you can use our promo codes on manscaped.com. You can use them at Coliseum. These are all good ways to support the program. So, but once again, Patreon's the best one. So if you want more of the content, if you want early ad-free eps as well, patreon.com/thedropshot. That's it. We will see you guys next week. Keep your eyes on the Twitter for the schedule. Join the Discord. You can go to thedropshot.com and find links to everything. Thank you all for watching and listening. Have an excellent evening, of course, and stay humble.
Stay humble.